Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
Hey, I'm Jeremiah.
And I'm Braden, and we are Brothers Bin Blasting, your bin blasting all-stars.
A unique sanitizing service begins right after your local trash collection. With a scheduled pickup time and location, we arrive promptly to clean your bins on the spot.
Our advanced 360-degree cleaning heads and pressurized water heated to over 200 degrees ensures a powerful blast blasting away 99% of all germs and bacteria. Visit our website at brosbinblasting.com and use code GETBLASTED to receive 50% off your first cleaning.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle with True Performance Fitness. I'm one of the owners here. True Performance Fitness as a whole, we brought this gym to the area and we wanted to bring every walk of fitness in one building. So that's exactly what we did. We have strongman, powerlifting, bodybuilding, CrossFit. We have posing rooms, a full turf, a full track outside. We even have a basketball court. We wanted everything to be under one roof. So that's just kind of the thing that we did. We also went out and we made sure that we got top of the line equipment. We also make sure that all the pads and everything are getting replaced and all the machines are being taken care of properly. That's just something we strive to do for this community. We also like to give back to the community with donations, fundraisers, and other stuff for like kids and the families around. So that's just kind of who we are as a gym, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys.
And good evening, folks, and welcome here at Washington High School. We are Home Team Sports TV, bringing you action from the EPAC. We got the Jefferson High School Cougars facing the Preston High Knights here. We got a little mixer going on here at Washington. I like to call it the Patriot Center, Drew. I'm J.D. Fritz, your host. Joining me, as always, part of the Dream Team on Home Team, Drew Pitzer. Drew, how you doing, man?
Man, pretty good. So glad that basketball is back. You know me, I'm a big basketball junkie, so this is just heaven for me.
Yeah, I can't wait to get this on the way. We kind of got to make that little switch. We had a couple-week break there between football and now basketball. Now we got to transition over to a little bit faster pace of a game here. And, tonight Jefferson looks to do that as they like to get up and down the floor, knock down, they're going to put up a lot of threes tonight, Drew.
Yeah, guaranteed. I mean, you see how Kyle Van Meter, how he runs his offense. I know he's a Hedgesville prodigy, but he does not play his game, especially offensively, anything remotely close to what Hedgesville does. He wants to get up and down the floor, get a bunch of shots, high percentage shots, threes and layups is really what he is all about, and forcing a lot of steals, getting transition points.
Yeah, and this Preston team, they dropped their first game of the season just a couple days ago to Kaiser coming in. This is Jefferson's first game of the season. But look for, they've got some playmakers, Drew. We were just looking over their roster, and they've got a couple. Aiden Schmidl. They've got Easton Hayes. He scored. How many did he get?
He had 14 and 4 and 4 steals.
These guys can ball. Cash, 22 points and 4 steals in that first game. So they definitely got some guys that can put it in the basket.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it looks like if they go about 6 or 7 deep, they have their top 6 guys all got above 20 minutes, and after that it really started to deplete. But this team is long. They're athletic. They score a lot of points. That was a heartbreaker loss at Kaiser, 67-65. Yep. So I know they're looking to get back in the winning column this game today.
Yeah, and this team finished 12-11 last year in the regular season, 7-5 in conference play. So they're going to look to get their season started off right here at Washington against the Cougars, and just had the starting lineups getting ready to tip this game off, and Drew, I can't wait, man. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's year 2 for Coach Kyle Van Meter. Last year they went 9-11. They actually had 2 wins that were taken away. So they ended up being the 4th seed in the conference, or the 5th seed. They ended up beating Hedgesville in the first regional game last year. Lost against Spring Mills, the eventual state champion. So this team right here really coming along. Coach Van Meter's second year. This is really the year you want to see some growth. So I'm really excited to see them get going today. Great event that Washington's put on here. Shout out Coach Ryan Miller for inviting us to get us a broadcast this, and now we got 2 games for tonight. Super excited about that, JD.
Yeah, so mentioning Kyle Van Meter being in his second season, Drew, what do you expect here from the Cougars tonight on opening night?
Yeah, again, I mean, they're definitely more talented than this Preston team, but that's not enough when you're playing basketball. Basketball is one of those sports you have to be on your game. If you're not making shots and you're turning the ball over, anybody can win. So, again, this Preston team, they're going to score a lot of points. They have a real big 3 with Cash Jenkins, Schmidl, and Hayes, who are going to score a lot of points. All 3 of those guys put up over 14-plus in their first game against Kaiser, and this will be a good opportunity for Coach Van Meter to see what type of team he has. Obviously, losing Jamari Jenkins from last year's squad is going to be a really big adjustment for them. A lot more points and a lot more possessions are going to change because they don't have that one guy that can just go get a bucket.
So here we go. Braden Swanson, number 13, ready to tip it off. Number 3, Aiden Schmidl. The tip goes to the Cougars. Controlled there by Caden Parrish. Now kicks it over to Takeem Drake. Back over to Barry, who's down to Swanson. Kicks it out. Barry thought about a 3. Up and under, no good. Rebounded there by the Knights number. They've got a number 30 that we don't have, Drew. At least I missed
believe it was 13. That was Ryan LaRue.
Hayes, sorry. Schmidl with the ball. Closely guarded there by Drake. Tight defense there, man-to-man by the Cougars. Near turnover there. Little trap there.
Yeah, they're going to definitely look to speed Preston up. Anytime they catch a ball on any of the elbows or the corner, they're going to go trap.
Trying to get to the hoop there is Slayton Manco. He pulls up for the first 2 of the bucket to put them ahead. Little full court press here by the Knights to open the game.
Good break right there.
Takeem Drake from the elbow kicks it out there to Swanson. We know Swanson, he can go up, high riser, get above the rim, but he does like to shoot that 3-pointer too, Drew.
Yeah, he's a 40% three-point shooter. I mean, he can let it fly. He's very confident. Also, he's a great Spring Mills transfer, plays a lot like how those guys do, so he's a good adjustment for them.
Barry for 3, no good. Rebounded there by Cash Jenkins. He'll bring it up for the Knights. Up 2-0 over the Cougars here early in the first period.
Here's that trap we're talking about. They want him to catch it right there every time.
Schmidl, the leading scorer through the first game. Kicks it out there to Manco. No good on the 3 there by Hayes. Rebounded by the Knights there.
Cash
Jenkins with a little up and under. No good off the backboard. All the way down to Parrish. He can't make the little layup there. Missed the easy 2.
Yeah, it looks like he was trying to get a dunk right there. Didn't judge it right.
They're going to get Drake with his first foul and the first foul of the ball game.
And you can just tell, I mean, obviously this Jefferson team is going to have a whole different identity. It's going to be a 5-man effort instead of last year where they really leaned on Jenkins to carry them through a lot of possessions.
Yeah, definitely want to stay out of early foul trouble. Drake near steal there on the inbounds. Hayes over there to number 13, LaRue. 3-ball, no good. Rebounded by the Cougars. That's Drake. Barry will bring it up. 2-3 zone here for the Knights.
Barry, also a former Washington Patriot, played here his freshman and sophomore year, so I know this place is quite familiar for him.
They'll swing it to the corner. Looking for Titus for 3. Murray, yep. No good off the mark. The Cougars can't find a bucket here early on in this game as they still trail 2-0.
Yeah, a lot of good shots, though. Again, this is first game. A little bit of jitter still coming out. They're playing good defense. This game's going to come open here shortly.
Yeah, Schmidl knocked away, driving the baseline. Kicks it back over to Manco in the corner now. Drive to the hoop, up and under. Nice move there by Easton Hayes. And the Knights have a 4-0 lead over the Cougars.
Yeah, Hayes is that little Swiss Army knife for him. Again, 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 steals in their first game the other night. He's going to do a lot to create for this Preston Knights team.
So Hayes with his first 2 of the game. Swanson will pull a 3, no good. Rebound by Manco.
Yeah, now you see Troxel and Boone coming to check in, and Coach Van Meter wants to change the lineup up just a little bit.
A little fade away there in the paint, no good by Hayes. Barry controls it now for the Cougars. Swings it to Swanson, back over to Barry. Takeem Drake will pull the deep 3, no good. Still trying to find the mark are the Cougars. 4 minutes to go here in this first period.
See, you got to be able to move the ball. You got to swing it a couple of times, and you got to get penetration into the paint. That's how you really break open a 2-3.
Yeah, the Knights doing a really good job spreading this defense out. Cougars stay in that man. Pull up there by Manco. Excuse me, that's Hayes again for his second bucket of the game to give him 4 and a 6-0 lead for the Knights.
Yeah, he's a pretty crafty player. Good take there for Barry. Going to draw 2.
Yeah, going to get a foul here. So Barry will go to the line.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, this event right here, the Winter Tip-Off Classic at Washington High School, this is presented by Home Team Sports TV. We're so glad to be a title sponsor for this game today. Just such a tremendous experience, and also have another game with Washington playing next. So we'll be able to cover Jefferson and Washington the same night. I think that's got to be one of the first times ever, JD.
Yeah, I think so, Drew. As Barry is good on his first. So the Cougars finally on the board here. 3:44 left to go here in this first period. Couple substitutions now as Vincent Troxel enters the game. Number 1, number 23, Camden Boone. Also in for the Cougars.
Hey, Boone had such a good freshman season last year, mostly on the JV level, but when he came in on the varsity and he had some minutes, he really made the most of it. I'm going to be really intrigued to see what his development was like over the summer and how he'll impact his team coming off the bench. You see Hayes bringing the ball up. He gets that over into the corner. That's Schindel. Back to Hayes. Yeah, Hayes is definitely their main ball guy. Again, Jefferson almost freeing up that paint for them. Schindel let us go, and that is no good.
Nope, can't find the mark on that one as Barry will push it up for the Cougars. Corner 3 there by Murray, no good again. Barry with the rebound, saves it.
Troxel will let that fly,
Yeah,
JD.
Troxel thought about it for a second. He gets a little second more of an open. I think he's going to pull that. And Barry will shoot one himself, no good, as the Cougars still can't find the mark on any shot so far here, Drew. Struggling shooting-wise here for the Cougars.
Like I said, they got to get paint touches. They got to find a way to get the ball to the high post and play off of that. Hayes.
Down the lane, yeah, Hayes looking good. He's already got 4 early points, looking to take it to the basket. Trying to stay active here.
Nice size, too. Again, probably about 6'1". You know, the senior, he's definitely making a lot of plays. Every point that they had was created by him or either scored by him. So I look forward to watching how he plays the rest of his game.
Hayes good on his first. Into the game now for the Cougars. Jaheim Gidney in for Drake, who's got 2 early fouls, Drew. We're going to have to pay attention to that because, you know, Drake is going to have to probably sit for quite a long time here in the rest of this first half. Can't afford him to pick up that 3rd foul.
Yeah, he already has 5 rebounds, too. So, I mean, that's going to take a big person off the boards.
Troxel pulls a deep 3, and he knocks it down. First 3 of the game for the Cougars. Pulls them within 2. And that's what Troxel brings you, especially coming off the bench. He's that spark that the Cougars are going to need, and he can really light it up.
Yeah, for sure. That's somebody you need to definitely break down this 2-3 a little bit, make them extend so that paint opens up a little bit more.
No good there. Rebounded nearly by the Cougars. Knocked out of bounds. Going to stay with the Knights. So just as bad as the Cougars have been shooting early on, find themselves only down 2 here with about a little over 2 minutes to go here in this first period. Schmidl kicks it to the corner. That's 24 off the side of the backboard.
Yeah, it's Connor Moore right there. Definitely has a quick trigger. You know he'll let that fly again.
Look at Troxel. Thought about driving to the hoop. Got a quick first step on him, too.
Yeah, just a junior, too. So, again, I'm interested to see how they will use him because not only is he a good shooter, he's great at getting to the paint. He's a good slasher as well.
Barry controls, and that's going to be off Barry's foot.
Nope.
No, he called it off Knight's. Wow, I thought it went off Barry's foot for a second, but referee Ron Watkins saw that differently.
He got a better eye than us, JD.
He does. Boone thought about a three, kicks it back over to Barry, swings it back to Boone. He will pull it this time. Can't get it to fall.
It's too much settling, JD.
They're
Again,
about 1 for 5 so far from behind the arc, so not a good shooting percentage so far for the Cougars. Schmidl takes it to the rack. No good. He's fouled on the play. We'll see if that's on Barry or Boone.
it should probably be on Barry because that's where the contact. Yep, that's Mr. Watkins calls that on Barry. But right there, he kind of dipped his shoulder a little bit. I feel like that's more of a no call. If anything, it could have been an offensive foul. He gave him his lane. He wasn't taking up his space. But, again, the official saw otherwise. 2 free throws here from Schindel.
Schindel knocks down the first. He was their leading scorer a couple nights ago against Kaiser.
Actually, he was second.
Oh, I'm sorry,
yeah,
second.
Jenkins had 22.
Yep, you're right. Schmidl knocks down just one, misses the second.
Cam Boone already with his 4th rebound, too.
Yeah, Boone will be active, a 6'2", 6'3 guard.
They got to hit the high-low action again.
Murray looking to pull that three from the corner. Cross-court pass to Troxel. Barry back to Boone. Boone's going to pull the three, can't hit it. Rebound by Jock Gidney. He's going to fade away, no good. Rebounded by Hayes. And again, just a...
You can see Coach Van Meter on the sideline. Get the ball in the middle of the floor. They want to get some paint touches. That's how you break down this 2-3.
Hayes with a nice take to the hoop for 2.
Now
Hayes
with the 7.
now, yeah. Still staying that full court press. Troxel breaks the press, brings it up past half court, but he'll pull the three and knock it down. Vinny Troxel has 6 now for the Cougars.
Yeah, his first real varsity minutes, he's starting to make the most of them. I really like the way he's playing. A lot of confidence right there. No conscience from the 3.
Hayes pulls up. He knocks his 3 down. Back and forth we go.
We got a foul underneath. That's going to be on number 3, Aiden Schindel again, too.
Hayes now in double figures with, I believe, 10 we've got him.
Yep, that is 10. Got made a free throw. He has 3 twos, and he also has that 3. So incredible. And that's actually going to be a foul on Jefferson. And with 15 seconds left, it looks like Preston might get a shot at the last shot.
Into the game now for the Cougars is number 0. That's Keon Yates.
Looks like Josh Gibson in the game for
Will
Preston.
play for 1 shot. Hayes kicks it out to number 20 there. Deep 3, no good. Air ball. 3 seconds left to go.
Yeah, that was cash right there.
Couldn't quite find, a little deep there. Now out near the logo. Boone will push it up. Troxel will pull it up. Knock another down. You got to be kidding me. Vinny Troxel, 9 points to lead the Cougars as they pull themselves within 2 to end this quarter at 13-11. And we're going to take our first commercial break, guys. Hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
We're at Ameritech Tire and Auto, here to serve you with all your auto repair and service needs. We are a family-owned business serving our community since 2003. We work on all makes and models from vintage cars and trucks to collectors to today's latest, newest vehicles. So stop in and see us at one of our 2 locations. See you soon.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
welcome back, guys, to the winter tip-off presented by Home Team Sports here at Washington High School. Man, what an exciting first quarter. Watch Vinny Troxel come off the bench to knock down 3 threes in such a short amount of time, only just 2-3 minutes of playing time there in that first quarter. Got the Cougars within 2 here, Drew.
Yeah, again, they're 3 for 14 from 3 as a team, and Vinny has all 3 threes on 3 3-point attempts. Again, Jefferson needs to kind of change it up, try to get to the rim off that 2-3 and see if they can make plays from there.
So pressure there by Yates.
5 seconds.
Number 24 there for...
That's Gibson again.
Yeah, Gibson. Got to get rid of it, Drew. Can't sit there and dribble around, man, I'll tell you. Costly turnover there for the Knights. The Cougars have an opportunity here to tie or take the lead. See if they can get some momentum going here.
Again, yeah, our game leaders. You know,
Troxel came over, took a little shot there. Dangerous passes. Nice layup there by Cash Jenkins.
That's his first points.
He's got his first 2 of the game. 15-11 Knights as they turn it over again. Oh, and a steal right back, Barry.
And that will be Jefferson ball because of the jump ball. But again, Jefferson's kind of panicking on this 2-2-1 full court press. You just got to be patient with it. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to slow you down a little bit. Get the ball to the middle floor again. I know I keep repeating myself, but that's how you break a 2-2-1 press and also the 2-3. You have to get the ball to the middle floor, make the defense collapse, make the guys on the box collapse as well. That will open up your shooters. But again, they're just not doing that. I know Coach Van Meter can't be pleased.
Yeah, another substitution. Let's deal. Machado comes in. He was here also at Washington last year. Looks to play a good role off the bench for the Cougars this season. As the ball goes over to Machado, back over to Yates. To the corner. Troxel for 3. Off the mark on that one.
Looked good, though, JD. I mean,
yeah, it did. He's got a nice shot. Nice release on his shot, too. Hayes going to take Machado off the dribble. No good off the front of the rim. Battles for his own rebound. Controlled there by the Cougars. Yates will bring it up. Machado, another quick guard.
Look at that high post. He's there. Again, they're just missing him.
Swing it over to Yates. Barry. Machado going to try to drive to the hoop. A little head fake there to Swanson. Barry's going to pull from 3, and he knocks it down. Braylon Barry with his second bucket of the game. Actually, his first bucket. 2 were free throws, and he's got 5 points now for the Cougars as they pull within 1. Ill-advised pass, weren't on the same page there between LaRue.
Yeah, I believe that was Isaac Pitzer. I guess that must be my cousin or something.
Yeah.
If they're a Pitzer, they got to be related to me somehow, some way.
When I looked at that roster, I said, wait a minute here.
It's the first time I've ever seen somebody with my last name on another team.
Just a sophomore. Troxel's going to pull another one in and out for Vincent Troxel. So knocked the first 3 down, missed his last 2. 15-14 Knights. 6 minutes to go here in this second period. Down low there to Hayes. Hayes turnaround, no good. Rebounded by Troxel.
Hayes has that old school play. He wants to get his back to the basket and make something happen out of the post. I love to see it.
Machado now over to Yates. Good pressure defense as the Knights are back in a 2-3 zone again. Machado there at the high post. Troxel thought about it. Little floater there, no good by Troxel. He's definitely getting his shots off. Hadn't been able to knock down the last couple.
Again, but they had a decent shot right there because they got the ball to the middle floor, made a couple extra passes, and got a shot at the rim. That's what Coach Van Meter is going to want consistently to beat this zone.
And Manko there guarded closely there by Troxel. Back to Manko again. He's going to pull up, knocks a little 10-footer down to take the lead back up to 17-14. Manko scores his first 2 of the game. A deep 3 there by Yates off the front of the rim. Saved by Barry. Yates with the pull-up, no good. Hayes with another rebound.
There's too much settling, JD. I mean, again, they can get these shots all day, anytime they want, but they have to be able to use their athleticism to get to the rim and finish there. It'll open up so much more.
Manko swings it to Hayes. He'll shoot a 3. Off the glass and good.
See, I wish that was Cash that hit that because I've been like, the bank is open for Cash every day. And I tell you what, that was just a great play. And Jefferson just really struggling to get anything offensively going outside of Troxel.
Yeah, Easton Hayes, the leading scorer, not only for his team but for the game, has 13. Looking for more here as Hayes guarded by Swanson.
And that's a good matchup there.
Swanson gives him a little more size and length out there against Hayes. Manko will shoot a 3 of his own, no good. Yates with the board. Swanson over to Yates, swings it to Machado.
Look at that. Now you got face
Nice
up towards the
high
rim.
Post. Yates tried to pull up, and he will be fouled. Not too many fouls so far here in this game. Only the second, I believe, on the Knights.
If Yates was able to turn his back and face up towards the rim, he had Swanson right underneath at the block. They could have got a wide open layup. And that's what I'm telling you, that's what Jefferson wants to do. That will break open a 2-3. You'll have to make him do something completely different, but you have to play into the game.
Yates shooting 1 of 2 here. Is good on his first.
So we have Troxel and Swanson both getting a quick breather. You got Parrish and Drake checking back in the game. You have Machado, Barry, and Yates on the floor. And for Preston, you have Jenkins, you have Schindel, you have Hayes, you have LaRue, and also you got Manko. So pretty much the same 5 or 6 for Preston consistently.
Good defense there by Parrish, tightly guarded. Manko with the ball, Parrish on him as they make the switch.
Good ball pressure.
Hayes now guarded by Machado. There's going to be a foul on the floor against Ladil Machado. Or no, there's a quick timeout, it looked like. The Knights called a timeout. I believe that's their first of the game. So, yeah, Drew, just getting back to Jefferson. They're just settling for those outside shots, not working it down low. And, they're going to have to do a better job, getting to the basket. I mean, I would like to see them driving to the basket a little bit, get some easier buckets.
I mean, it's the same thing as they're swinging the ball back and forth on the perimeter. And, yeah, that's all fine and dandy. That's what you want to do against a zone. But you really have to find that high post man. And once you catch the ball at the high post, you have to face up to the rim. You either can have a runner, you can kick the ball to the corner, or you have the man going from the dunk spot to the block. The 2-3 defense is a good defense if a team doesn't know how to beat it. But if you know how to attack it and get to the middle of the floor, you'll just have so many opportunities. I used to love when I saw a team guarding 2-3 against us.
Yeah, and then, Drew, like at the other end, they're going to have to find an answer for Hayes. He's got 13 points now. He seems like anybody who's had the opportunity to guard him, it didn't matter. He's going to get his points regardless.
Yeah, I think you stick with that Braden Swanson matchup on him. You kind of use the verticality that Swanson has. He's not as physical as Hayes. As you see, Hayes is trying to get to the block, create plays. He's 2 for 2 from the three-point line as well. So right now, I know Cash Jenkins put up 22 the other night, but the way that Hayes is playing, all the ball and the offense is going all through Hayes' hands.
So out of the timeout here, the Knights with a 4-point lead over the Cougars. 3:29 left to go here in the second period. Cougars are hanging around despite not such a great shooting performance here to open the season.
Yeah, they've already had 20 attempted threes in the first half, and I know Coach Van Meter wants to get a lot of wide open threes, high analytical shot threes, and get into the rim. But right now, a couple of those have been really deep and contested. They have to just change a little bit what they're doing. Again, they're getting some decent looks, and defensively, I've been impressed with their ball pressure and forcing the ball out of their hands, but they also got to have better help side. They're just getting too many attacks, free runs to the rim without anybody stepping up to basically delay the drive.
So the Knights will inbound. Hayes trying to still get a little bit of moisture, some sweat possibly over there, cleaned up off the floor.
They might have to pause the game for a while. Some of these guys sweaty, man. It caused Niagara Falls over there.
It must have been wet because he's been working on it for a couple minutes during the timeout even. Knights inbound to LaRue. Cash Jenkins now with the ball. Aiden Schmidl been kind of quiet tonight so far. Pull-up three, no good. Rebounded. Going to be out of bounds. Let's see who they
Yep, keeping it. It's going to be Preston
stay
ball.
with the Knights here.
I love that series right there. Again, they got Hayes into the pick and pop action. He had a wide open three. That's what type of offense you want to run. I've been very impressed with Preston's offensive attack.
Hayes again to inbound for the Knights.
It's 5.
Close to a 5-second call. He just does get rid of it. Steal by Takeem Drake. He can take it all the way to the basket, lays it up, and the foul for Takeem Drake, who just entered the game once again. Drake will go to the line and shoot his and one. Drake's got his first 2 points of the game, pull the Cougars within 2.
Yeah, and on those out-of-bounds plays right there, especially underneath the basket, you're getting close to that 4 or 5. You don't want to throw it to the other end of the floor because that just gave Jefferson a free run out. Rather just throw that underneath the rim, see if some junk can happen.
Drake gets a little bounce to go, giving 3 now for the game. Cougars down 1. Little pressure here now by Titus Murray. Again, Manko pulls it up from the free throw line. No good, rebounded by Machado, the smallest guy on the court.
It's the third one.
Nice look down low to Parrish. He kicks it out for the 3 to Yates. Yates can't knock it down. Good idea. I thought Parrish maybe had an opportunity to go up for that. Had an easy one inside.
And Parrish is extremely unselfish. He's passed up a lot of good shots for kind of better ones.
Manko down the lane, no good. Drake will push for the Cougars, slows it up, kicks it out to Yates for a 3 off the front of the rim. Nice strong rebound by Parrish, up and good.
Timeout.
And that gives the Cougars a 1-point lead as Parrish has his first 2 of the game. We'll take a quick commercial break while they have a timeout on the floor. We'll be right back and hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
The beauty of your outdoor space, look no further than R&L Landscapes. We understand that your outdoor space is more than just a yard. It's a place where memories are made with loved ones and where you find peace and tranquility. Our team of professionals will work closely with you to bring your vision to life. From expert design and installation to meticulous maintenance, we are committed to delivering breathtaking results that will make your neighbors green with envy. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we guarantee exceptional craftsmanship that will withstand the test of time. Contact R&L Landscapes today.
And we're back here at the winter tip-off at Washington High School. You're watching Home Team Sports TV. J.D. Fritz along with Drew Pitzer here tonight. The Dream Team back on home team. The Knights will inbound the ball. That's Hayes. Cougars with a little full-court pressure now. Schmidl trying to dribble away from it. Back over to Hayes. He gets it across half court. Cougars stick with that man-to-man defense.
Let's see, good pop right there. Good
steal there by Drake. Got a 2-on-1. Tried to get fancy with it behind the back. Got lucky and got the ball back as Yates was able to pick it up.
Again, now find that high post. You have to be able to break the middle of the floor. Just passing around the perimeter is not going to do anything. There you go.
Down low, there it is. Had an easy 2 if he would have passed it right away. Murray hesitated, but it's there, Drew.
Yeah, you can't hesitate against a 2-3. Just go. You got to be instinctual.
Manko pulls up off the front of the rim. His shot hasn't fallen the last few times down the floor. Machado with it now for the Cougars. Is back over to Machado. Machado pulls up, no good. Rebounded by Murray in the lane. His shot won't fall. Parrish with the rebound, blocked, but they're going to call a travel on that. I don't know, but he got blocked, but didn't he let the ball go?
So right there, it looks like he took a step once he grabbed it. So I understand the call, but there also looked like there was a little bit of contact that was missed off the offensive rebound itself. But nonetheless, Jefferson's got to be able to play through it.
Hayes to inbound, a little full court pressure still again by the Cougars. Hayes bringing it up now for the Knights, gets it across. 1:21 left to go here in the first half. Cougars have a 1-point lead over the Knights. Schmidl down the lane, little Euro step. He's going to be fouled there by Keon Yates and go to the line to shoot 2, I believe. Unless they call that on the floor, but I think he's going to get 2 shots.
Yeah, again, that is going to be 2 shots. And another, ladies and gentlemen, they have 5 fouls at every end of the first, second, third, or fourth quarter. It's just 5 team fouls, and they reset at the end of each quarter. So it's no longer you have the 17 fouls. It's a single bonus. It's double bonus after 5 fouls for both teams.
Schmidl knocks his first down. That gives him 2 for the game.
This
Schmidl no good on his second.
Yeah, 2 for 4 from the line. But this pressing team is going to make a lot of noise in this Quad A. I know that they're a really small school to be in the Quad A level, but they're sure going to compete because this Jefferson team ranked number 10 in the preseason rankings for the state. Preston wasn't really getting much love, but I'm very impressed with their overall talent and athleticism. Maybe not as deep as most teams in 4A, but their top 5 to 7 can really go.
Yeah, and think about Jefferson. They're going to score. They put up a lot of threes. We all know that, but that's the difference of whether they make or miss. Are they going to score 80 or are they going to score 55? Yates will pull up a 3 and knock it down with just under a minute to go. Yates with 5 points now to give the Cougars a 3-point lead.
Yeah, big shot. He was 0 for 7 coming into that shot. I know that had to feel good for him to see that go down because Yates is going to be a huge contributor for this team.
Hayes will pull up off the front of the rim, trying to get a little force at Hayes, trying to control too much of this offense. And, he's been off the last 3 or 4 times down the floor.
Yeah, he has no points this quarter after starting 13 in the first quarter. Jefferson's done a good job of adjusting and making sure that he's not getting any easy looks. And for that's why they ended up taking this 3-point lead and opportunity to have the last shot.
Machado back to Yates, kicks it out from Parrish over to Berry. A lot of ball movement. Yates will pull it again off the front of the rim. Can't get it to go. Oh, near steal, but I don't think, he had to establish himself. Yep. That's going to be a backcourt against the Knights. So a turnover will go back over to the Cougars with 12 seconds left to go. It's Akeem Berry playing the defense, just so he doesn't pick up another cheap foul. Now, Vinny Troxel will be entering the game. That's a good decision, as Troxel will most likely be the man taking this final shot.
You're surprised Swanson's not in the game, too.
Yeah, I didn't think Swanson has played an overly amount of time.
He only has
for
one
Troxel
foul
in the corner. Machado to Yates. Yates will pull it up. The lefty knocks it down at the buzzer to give the Cougars a 27-21 lead at the half. So after a bad shooting start for the Cougars, they've come back firing in the second quarter, take the lead, and we're going to take a commercial break and hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
Hey, I'm Jeremiah.
And I'm Braden, and we are Brothers Bin Blasting, your bin blasting all-stars.
A unique sanitizing service begins right after your local trash collection. With a scheduled pickup time and location, we arrive promptly to clean your bins on the spot.
Our advanced 360-degree cleaning heads and pressurized water heated to over 200 degrees ensures a powerful blast blasting away 99% of all germs and bacteria. Visit our website at brosbinblasting.com and use code GETBLASTED to receive 50% off your first cleaning.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle with True Performance Fitness. I'm one of the owners here. True Performance Fitness as a whole, we brought this gym to the area and we wanted to bring every walk of fitness in one building. So that's exactly what we did. We have strongman, powerlifting, bodybuilding, CrossFit. We have posing rooms, a full turf, a full track outside. We even have a basketball court. We wanted everything to be under one roof. So that's just kind of the thing that we did. We also went out and we made sure that we got top of the line equipment. We also make sure that all the pads and everything are getting replaced and all the machines are being taken care of properly. That's just something we strive to do for this community. We also like to give back to the community with donations, fundraisers, and other stuff for like kids and the families around. So that's just kind of who we are as a gym, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys.
This is Jimmy, General Manager at Ameritech Tire and Auto, here to serve you with all your auto repair and service needs. We are a family-owned business serving our community since 2003. We work on all makes and models from vintage cars and trucks to collectors to today's latest, newest vehicles. So stop in and see us at one of our 2 locations. See you soon.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
Looking to enhance the beauty of your outdoor space? Look no further than R&L Landscapes. We understand that your outdoor space is more than just a yard. It's a place where memories are made with loved ones and where you find peace and tranquility. Our team of professionals will work closely with you to bring your vision to life. From expert design and installation to meticulous maintenance, we are committed to delivering breathtaking results that will make your neighbors green with envy. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we guarantee exceptional craftsmanship that will withstand the test of time. Contact R&L Landscapes today and let us turn your dreams into reality.
I understand that each client is unique and has their own real estate needs. Whether you are buying, selling, renting, or a seasoned investor, I got your back. My name is Cheryl Yates, an award-winning realtor with ERA Liberty Realty.
I've known Cheryl Yates for over 30 years now, and I've always found her to be the consummate real estate professional. On a personal level, Cheryl has handled 3 sales for us over the past 15 years or so and has done an excellent job on each and every one of them. She communicates extremely well, and you never have to worry about where you're at in the sales process.
What I like about Cheryl is she's dependable, she's on time, she's flexible, and she works hard to get the job done. We had our sales very quickly through Cheryl Yates. Whatever your real estate needs may be, remember me, I'm the key to buying or selling your home.
Buying or selling real estate? Katra Law is the local choice for real estate closings. In fact, we were honored to be chosen as the best of the best real estate closing attorneys for 2022 by the Martinsburg Journal. With offices conveniently located on Foxcroft Avenue in Martinsburg and South George Street in Charlestown, Katra Law proudly serves the Eastern Panhandle. Whether on the court, field, or in the classroom, we wish all of our student athletes a safe and successful
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
And welcome back, guys. The Home Team Sports TV here at the winter tip-off presented by Home Team Sports TV. JD Fritz joined again by Drew Pitzer. Drew, let's kind of talk about what we saw in this first half. We'll start with you with the Cougars.
Yeah, again, Jefferson got a lot of good looks, but they were settling for those looks. They were not getting much penetration to the rim. You know, they were just throwing the ball outside the perimeter against that 2-3. And like I was telling you in the first half, JD, the best way to beat that zone is getting the ball to the high post, facing up to the rim. You have either option to kick it down low underneath the block, you have a little floater, or kick it to the wing, and still reset. I mean, there's no shot clock in high school basketball in the state. So you got an opportunity to get whatever shots you want, and I'm sure Coach Van Meter at half really relayed that, like, hey, let's get back to what we play well. And they ended up playing not really that great in that first half, have a 6-point lead against a really solid Preston team.
Yeah, and we see the Cougars, they kind of tend to want to go a little hot, then cold. You know, we saw Troxel knock down 3 early three-pointers, and they kind of went cold a little bit. Yates with a couple threes there late in the second quarter to close this half out and give the Cougars a 6-point lead. So they ended the half well, didn't start the half well, and the Knights, you know, they kind of similar situation. They got off to a hot start. Hayes with 13, you know, early points in the first period. And kind of went cold after that, nothing there in the second. So what's the answer for the Knights here to kind of keep pace here with the Cougars and try to inch, kind of creep back into this basketball game?
Again, there's so much time left. You still have 16 minutes on the clock, and Preston offensively has been doing a lot of great things, getting a lot of great looks. You know, they're finishing at the rim well, playing extremely aggressive, but they're going to have Hayes get the ball back in his hands and make more plays. That second period, he really was just not even there at all compared to the first quarter. He was making every play. He scored or assisted on every single bucket that they have. So Preston has to find their way and just hope that Jefferson continues to miss shots from the three-point line and continue to settle, because if they do, Preston can find themselves in this game. You know, their ultimate goal probably about 2 minutes left, have a 5-point game, and I believe they'll think they have a shot, JD.
Yeah, they held the lead for most of that first half, except for the last couple minutes. The Cougars took a lead on a Yates 3 and then was able to put them up 6 points as time expired in the first half. So we'll see what adjustments these coaches make. Again, Takeem Drake got in a little bit of foul trouble. We see Braylon Berry with a couple fouls as well for the Cougars. That we'll watch that, see if that becomes a factor. First half recap of the leaderboards is for Preston Knights. You had Easton Hayes with 13, Slayton Manco with 4, Aiden Schmidl and Cash Jenkins each with 2 points for the Cougars. Troxel leads the way with 9, Yates with 8, Berry with 5, Takeem Drake 3, and Caden Parrish with 2. As we start the second half, the Knights have possession. Manco inbounds to Hayes. Manco drive baseline, nice little play there. Couldn't handle the pass was LaRue. Try to get Schmidl involved. Definitely Schmidl is a scorer they like to kind of get going. And first half he was kind of quiet there with just 2 points. Takeem Drake with a little Euro down low to Gidney's first 2 of the game. As Gidney gets the start here in the second half.
Yeah, a little bit surprising. I thought they might try to go with Troxel, get a little bit of offense, but Gidney, with his ability to kind of pressure the ball from full court, really making Hayes have a really tough time over the last 2 periods. I like the adjustment there from Coach Van Meter, putting him into the starting lineup here to start the second half.
Well, the Cougars, you know, they've never really had a shortage of guards.
No.
Just kind of lacking some big man. That's kind of been the Achilles heel, if you will, for the Cougars. Jenkins now has it back over to Schmidl. Cougars, nice tight deep, little trap there by Swanson and Berry. Knights do move the ball quite well, but good defense right now by the Cougars as Manco loses it, saved by Drake, right to Manco, puts it in for 2.
Yeah, kind of a little bailout play right there. But like you said, Preston does a great job of moving the basketball. Only had 2 turnovers in that first half, so they're not going to beat themselves. But Jefferson continue to pressure the ball, play how they have been playing defensively. They're going to put themselves in good position.
Swanson now for the Cougars. Saw limited action a little bit in the first half. We thought he'd get a little more involved in the offense. We'll see how that works out here in the second half as Barry can't hit the little floater in the lane. Jenkins guarded tightly there by Gidney. Little screen there. LaRue. Jenkins will pull up. No good on his 3. Rebounded by Takeem. And, man, he's a board machine tonight.
He at least has to have 10 right now.
Blocked away there by Hayes. Swanson will clean it up. And Swanson now, with his first 2 of the game, Cougars now have an 8-point lead with 8 or 6 minutes left to go here in this third period.
Yeah, Swanson's definitely a microwave-type player. He might not score in the first half, but don't be surprised he finishes the game with 15 to 20. He can get him up in a hurry.
Foul again with Gidney, a little too much with the body. It's going to be his second foul of the game as well. So 3 players with 2 fouls apiece. Drew, that's something that the Cougars are going to have to manage here this second half.
Yeah, Gidney actually, that's his 3rd foul. So something,
it's his 3rd, huh?
Yeah, something you got to keep an eye on. But you get 5 fouls for a reason. I think they'll be just fine at this point in the game if they can really manage themselves. And you can't really get yourself in too much further foul trouble. They're only up 3 possessions.
Manko going to pull up from the elbow, short on that shot. Rebounded again by Drake. That's probably at least his 8th or 9th, maybe 10th. I don't know. Got to add those up here. He's definitely getting on the boards tonight.
He had 3 offensive rebounds in 1 possession when he first checked in the game. So that football mentality, he's going to be able to go find the ball.
Not sure what happened there. Not controlled there by Drake as Jenkins pulls it up. Can't hit the runner there. In and out for Cash Jenkins as Swanson now brings it up. He'll pull up for 3. No good there. Swanson going to try to find something on the offensive side as Schmidl down the lane. Said Schmidl's a little long. I said, he's going to try to throw this one down, but makes the wise decision to lay that up, and now Schmidl has 4 for the game.
And right there, Barry's got a cut back door. His man wasn't paying attention, but nonetheless, Yates, good bucket right there. He's now in double figures.
Yeah, Yates with 10 points. He's starting to really come on now for the Cougars as he knocked 2 threes down in that first half. Rebounded by Swanson. Cougars have a chance here to go up by double digits. Barry down the lane. He's fouled on the floor. That's going to be Manko. 4:20 left here in this third period. Cougars 33-25 over the Preston Knights. We got game 2 coming up, Drew. After this one, home team Washington Patriots taking on Kings Christian Academy.
Yeah, this Washington team, I'm really excited to see them this year. I've had them number 2 in the area coming into this season. I think they are very, very talented. 2 extremely good guards, all state level guards. And again, one of the best coaches in the state, Coach Miller. I think this will be a team to watch for as we get later in the season.
Nice look down low by Barry to Swanson. Swanson with the reverse. Cougars now up 10 as this lead starts to creep a little bigger for the Cougars.
A good timeout there.
A big timeout there by the Knights. We're going to stay here, Drew. The Cougars now open up a 10-point lead, Drew. What do you see differently than the first half, or if anything at all?
Well, again, with the ball pressure still there, so defensively they're still playing the exact same way, and that was good in the first half. But also offensively, now they're getting to the rim. You see most of their points are at the rim. Swanson finishing twice at the rim. You had Drake make a couple plays on the defensive side of the ball. You can just see having that type of depth compared to what Preston has, which only has about 5 or 6 guys who are getting consistent minutes, starting to get a little fatigued, and Jefferson's taking advantage of that. Coach Van Meter keeping his guys in their right mind. Again, it's the first game, a lot of jitters. This Jefferson team is talented. They're going to be able to compete in this area too, and that's what I'm really excited about, JD. I think there's 4 or 5 teams in this area all have opportunity to really go play in the state tournament this year, but again, only 2 spots.
Yeah, and one thing all these coaches are going to have to figure out here early on is their lineup change. Who's starting, who's coming off the bench, who's going to get those minutes that you're going to need as the season progresses. So first few games, you're going to see a lot of players getting a lot of minutes, and then as the season kind of goes forward, you get 7, 8, 9 games into the season, you're going to kind of find out who's going to be, the guys that are going to be on the floor for each of these teams.
Yeah, again, and most teams really feel confident with 7 or 8 guys. Jefferson last year really only played 6. Washington really only played 7. So, again, tonight we've seen about 11 guys get sick. It's going to get brought down a lot as the season gets going.
Gidney with the take there. He's going to be fouled, and that will put Gidney on the line to shoot 2. So Gidney gives you a little bit quicker lineup sometimes on the offensive side as well. Gives you, he started this half, didn't start the game off, but I feel like, they've got a couple guys that you really don't get much of a fall off when those guys come in the game, and Gidney's definitely one of those guys.
Yeah, Gidney maybe not, he won't wow you with his statistical performances, but he's one of those guys that he's going to pressure the ball all the time. He's going to speed these teams up. What he's done with Preston. Preston's kind of been panicking, not necessarily taking the best shots this half, and that's really his job, is get them uncomfortable, and he's doing a great job at that. Reason why Jefferson's his double-digit lead.
Gidney only 1 of 2 there. Cougars have an 11-point lead over the Knights here in this third period. Hayes trying to get something going now. Schmidl down low, can't get the layup to go. Foul is called here on the floor. Is that going to be another one on Drake? If so, that's his third.
Yep, that's on Drake.
They're going to have to get him out of the game. We got a few substitutions as Machado, Parrish, and now making his first appearance of the game for the Cougars. That's number 12. Logan Stevens.
Stevens has really good length. I got to watch him play a little bit last summer. Very smart player, too. He's going to make the right decisions, finishes well around the rim. I think it's a good time to get him some tick.
Yeah, Stevens a longer guy. Going to match up a little bit better underneath. Schmidl thought about the drive. Kicks it back over to Jenkins. Over to Hayes. He'll pull the 3 and knock it down. Easton Hayes looking to get back in a groove again.
And there Stevens just missed that, but again got his offensive rebound. Looks to kick it back out. Barry, no, that's Machado for the 3.
Machado rebounded. Strong board there. Blocked away. Going to get a foul. No, they call it jump ball.
Stay Jefferson basketball. That's a good call right there.
So it looked like Swanson was going to have an easy 2. Blocked away there.
Yeah, it was Manco. Got it from behind.
Yeah. Machado inbound the ball. Risky there. Yates.
Oh, good
nice
pass.
Look. No good there. Parrish had a nice easy layup and couldn't quite get it. Fell a little short. So just some missed opportunities right there.
And that'll come back to bite you. Maybe not against Preston now, but getting later into the season.
There's Schmidl with a nice little pull-up over Stevens.
He's up to 6.
Yeah.
Now it's a 2-possession game again, JD again. They can't take these guys lightly.
Starting to kind of creep back in, possession by possession. And Swanson will pull it up, no good, off the front of the rim. And I just don't like Swanson living out there at the three-pointer. I don't care that he's taking a few here and there, but I'd like to see him underneath that basket just a little bit more.
Yeah, he's not a volume three-point shooter. He definitely could let it fly. He takes a lot of good looks. I mean, against Spring Mills last year, he had 5 in the game. So, understandably, if you're hitting those shots, keep letting them fly. But you miss 2 or 3 threes, put your butt on the block, see if you can make plays. Nobody can contain him underneath the rim. If he really understood how talented he was, this guy could be a first-team All-State type player.
Right. Schmidl to the line, knocks down the first.
Kind of been his recipe. Makes the first, misses the second on those first 2 attempts to see if he can go 2 for 2 this time.
So Camden Boone, haven't seen him since I think the first quarter maybe, Drew, and he's back in the game along with Titus Murray. Stevens will take a seat along with Swanson. Schmidl does get the roll. It makes his second, so Schmidl now up to 8 for the game. Is full court press here now for the Knights. And Murray
3-on-1 time.
Swings it up to Parrish down low. Nice move there by Yates for another deuce. Yates now with 12 points to lead the Cougars.
We haven't seen Troxel this half. This is a little odd, especially for his performance, especially in that first quarter. But I do like seeing all these different lines we're using. Not really a traditional point guard on the floor right now, as Machado is really a 2.
Manco, no good. Strong board there by Parrish. And I do agree with you. As good of a shooting half as he had, well, quarter really, then he kind of went a little bit cold. But, you know, you got to let these shooters keep shooting. You know, he's going to miss a few, but he's going to knock down probably more than he misses. And Troxell's just that kind of guy.
Yeah, what's really keeping him off the floor right now is just defensively. You know, once he learns to guard a little bit better, he won't be able to come off the floor.
Parrish, another miss. Just a couple easy misses there down in the lane. I like the style of offensive play. Nice little passing around, cutting to the basket. Parrish just has to be able to finish.
Again, a little full court pressure right here with underneath 40 seconds now. Still just a 2-possession game. Got to admire Preston's fight and just keeping this one close.
Yeah. Keep a score low like this, you always have a chance. Schmidl down the lane, little scoop, no good. Parrish up to Machado. Yates will take it up, no good on the lefty. The Cougars just can't capitalize on some of these easy shots inside as Hayes kicks it to Jenkins, back to Hayes. 10 seconds here left to go here in this third period as Hayes going to try to take Parrish off the dribble. Out to Manco off the front of the rim, no good. 1 second left as Yates will heave it up, and that's going to do it for the third period here at Washington High School in this winter tip-off. And we're going to take a commercial break, guys, and hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
Here at the barn, we have been making dreams come true since 1972, where we help women feel their most beautiful for any occasion, from pageant, homecoming, and prom gowns to walking down the aisle in the perfect wedding gown alongside their bridesmaid and their family. Stop by to meet your stylist today to find an affordable gown, and we do offer layaway.
Welcome to Cookies and Milk Child Care Center. We have 2 locations conveniently located in Kearneysville and Martinsburg. Our mission is to be the leading provider of higher quality care and education services for children ages 6 months to 12 years of age. We provide the highest quality child care available at an affordable cost. For more information, contact us at 304-901-2961.
And we are back here, guys. Home Team Sports TV here at this winter tip-off, sponsored by us, Home Team Sports. Start the fourth quarter of play here, Drew. The Cougars have a 6-point lead. The Knights had kind of hanging tight.
Yeah, again, you got to give credit to Preston and their coaching staff. They had a good game plan in here. That 2-3 has really done wonders against this Jefferson team, limiting them underneath 40 through 3. You know, right now, this is a 2-possession game. Anything can happen. I'd like to see the insertion of Troxell back into the game. I think that's going to give Jefferson a whole different dynamic and see who gets to pull away here in this fourth quarter.
So Knights have it here to control the fourth quarter here. To Jenkins there, guarded by Braden Berry.
Schmidl definitely feeling a lot more confident, too, here in the second half.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely asserted himself a lot more as he likes those little scoop shots. Another 2 there by Schmidl puts him in double figures now. He's with 10, and that brings the Knights within 4, so starting to close that gap a little more is, like you said, Troxell's on the floor, doesn't hesitate on the 3, but can't get it to go. He's missed his last 4 after starting 3 for 3, Drew.
Yeah, again, that's what Preston really wants. They want this Jefferson team not to use their size and get inside and finish at the rim, but rather to settle for threes. That's why they're staying in this game. They know they can't guard him defensively, but right now taking good shots as Schmidl gets to the rim again, just misses.
Yeah, he loves that little up and under little scoop shot there. So far he hasn't had success with it. Oh, nice little head fake by Berry. Can't get the shot to fall. Nice rebound by Swanson come flying in.
Oh, take a pass, make a pass. This should stay. Oh, that's Jefferson's ball. He threw that out of bounds. Oh.
They're going to call it Knight's ball here.
But again, settle for that was a good pull-up jumper, but he also had a little lane to the rim. Another guy sitting on the opposite block could have made a play. You just got to be aggressive, man.
Jefferson in that man-to-man defense. Troxell guarded Manco. There's Schmidl, nearly walked with it, guarded by Drake. Hayes trying to get something going here as he's
Giddy, man, he's all up in him.
Yeah, good defense. Pull up there by Jenkins off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Gidney.
Ooh, that was close.
Down. It was like bang, bang. So no whistle there for travel. Hakeem Drake over to Barry.
Look at
Barry's
that.
going to drive. He's going to have it knocked away, but a foul's called. We'll see, it's going to be on the floor.
And Barry's a tremendous slasher and driver, too. But right there, you got to keep your head up. And if he would have looked on the other side of the floor, he would have saw Gidney was sitting right in front of the rim with nobody within the vicinity. Again, that's just an adjustment you make as you get deeper into the season. Just a lot of rust that Jefferson's going to have to break off. You don't have a main guy like Jamari Jenkins to really get things settled. You got to be able to do it as a team.
Gidney down low. Nice, easy 2 off the inbounds to Hakeem Drake, who's got 5 now.
And now this year, it's only 1 and 2 regions in North and South region. Both these teams are in the same region. Could be a playoff matchup in the future. You got to take all these games serious.
Hayes taking Drake, and there's going to be another foul against Drake. Drake just with that big body. He's going to have to learn to move his feet a little bit more. Kind of a little stiff still coming off the football season, Drew.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's one of those things he swatted down. If he would have just stayed and played with his body, they wouldn't have called a foul right there. But he had that last-second swipe. Really wasn't much contact. Honestly, I don't know if that was a foul. Right. But the officials see that. They see that hard swipe, especially from a football guy with that type of build. They're going to call that 9 times out of 10.
Now Barry has his 3rd, I think. Is it 3 or 4? I thought
that's 4 on Drake.
4?
Yep. And they're going to
get him out of the game. So
check Murray back in. That's a good sub right there. Still just a 2-possession game, 5-point game with 5:46. I know Coach Van Meter was expecting more of a lead so he can get some of his other guys in, try to get that bench stretched out. But now they got to just be focused on pulling away and winning this game.
Hayes knocks his 1st and makes his 2nd. Give him 18 for the game. As the Knights back again within 4. As long as they can stay just right within striking distance, they're in a good shape right now.
And they're happy with him just swinging the ball around like that. Again, Murray's got to make himself available.
Barry pulls up and knocks the 3 down. Much needed 3 there by Braylon Barry. Pull the Cougars lead back to 7. It's just been kind of back and forth as we see, Jaheim Gidney getting, a lot more minutes here to start this second half.
Yeah, it was a good 30-second timeout too there from Coach Kyle. Again, now you have another 7-point lead. You're getting underneath 5 minutes. Now you want to tell your guys, hey, let's start working the clock. Let's get the shots that we want to have. Again, no shot clock in West Virginia for high school basketball. So you got to be able to take advantage of that. Make Preston have to really work. Move the ball around a lot, man. Again, just don't settle. Just been too much settling from the Cougars. They're too talented for that. A lot of room for improvement, but that's what you want to see after the first game of the season.
There definitely is a lot of room for improvement. If you can get out of here with a win, kind of open the season up, that's always a good thing. A lot of things to work on. Go back and watch some film and see where you need to make those improvements, Drew. But I just would say, if you were a high percentage shooting team, I know it's the first game of the season, but Jefferson's they've always put up a lot of threes, 30 plus, right?
Yep.
We always know that. But you've got to be probably in that 35% range if you want to, continue to be able to shoot like that and win ball games. Because if you're shooting under 20%, it's probably not going to win you a lot of games if you want to just sit out and shoot threes.
And again, this team doesn't have that same DNA that most of the Jefferson team. And Hayes now, he's up to 20 points, definitely making a case for home team sports player of the game if they could find a way to get this W. But this Jefferson team just doesn't have the shooters that it's had in years past. Right. They got about 2 guys that are over 35%, and the rest are slashers, at least in my opinion.
And Troxel tried to drive. Loose ball there, picked up by Hayes. He nearly throws it away. The official, Ron Watkins, get out of the way, Ron. Holding it up.
We've got
Hayes
2.
Has to get it across.
Oh, that was close.
It was close.
That was right at that 10-second mark.
Schmidl down the lane, another scoop, but he gets it to go this time. Schmidl with 12. And here come the Knights down 3.
1 possession game with 4:30 left to go. Honestly, I didn't see that happening. Another turnover from Jefferson.
Just getting a little careless with the basketball. Schmidl with the reverse up and good. Aiden Schmidl brings the Knights within 1. 14 for Schmidl. 4 minutes to go here in this game. And, man, it's going to come right down to the wire, Drew.
Yeah, 1 point game against Schnittl definitely has some stuff in the bag right there, man. He can finish from a lot of different ways, very crafty inside. But Jefferson, again, I think they should make another quick lineup change. You got to get somebody in the paint that can handle the basketball and make plays.
Titus Murray kicks it out to Barry. Barry pulls up, no good. Swanson battling for it. Hayes controls for the Knights, kicks it to Manko. He's going to bring it up. Trying to get a trap. They can't get it. Schmiddle to the corner. Jenkins for three. It's off, in and out. Titus Murray with the rebound. That would have lit the Knights bench on fire. Barry down the lane. He's going to get fouled, and he'll have 2 shots.
And Jenkins, man, was 22 points the other night, 4 steals, too. Just right now, really can't get it going, only has 2 points. So your lead scorer only has 2 points, and you're only down by 1 point to a team that most consider a top 10 team in the state. And Preston, even if they don't find a way to come out with a victory tonight, got to be very impressed with their performance.
Yeah, and the Knights really haven't gone too deep in their bench. I think they've only gone 6 or 7 deep.
Only 7 players have touched the floor.
So, and all their scoring just within 4 guys there. So, if you're not going to be able to show that you have a bench, you've got to. And these are the type of games early on that you want to see what you have, what your bench has to offer.
Yep. And getting
Barry
out. Yep.
Knocks 2 down, so that pulls the lead back out to 3. Barry now has 10 for the Cougars. There's a little full court pressure now for Jefferson. Aiden guarded there by Titus Murray. Aiden kicks it out to the corner. Number 5 in the game right now for the Knights. Aiden can't get that 3 to fall. Number 5, Wyatt Moyer. Drake to Barry, back over to Yates.
See, in this set, though, I'm putting Murray out on the wing, and I'm putting Drake in the middle of the floor. Somebody that's strong with the basketball, is good at making plays. Right now, Murray's not facing up to the rim, unfortunately, and that doesn't do anything for you.
Barry thought about a 3, kicks it out. Drake will shoot a 3. Drake off the mark. Rebounded by Schmiddle, who's really come on here in this 4th period. Knocked away by Yates. Barry will push it up. Nice down there by Parrish. He slaps the backboard and puts it in. Not going to miss that one.
Yeah, big play with just over 2:30 left to go in this game. But Preston's still staying tight. Still no Swanson on the floor. Again, very odd. Cam Boone looks like he's about to go to the table, check in.
Yeah, and I like to see more of Cam Boone, to be honest with you. Let's just see what this sophomore can do. Got some minutes, like you said, Drew, as a freshman. 3 on the way. It bounces and rolls in for Slayton Manko. So here come the Knights, just kind of keeping pace with the Cougars, down 2. Drake looking down low. Titus Murray will shoot his first 3. It's good for Murray.
Just a little 2 from the elbow line jumper, but again, that's what you want. Get the ball face up, finish at the rim.
That's all you need from Murray. So Yates again with the foul. That's his 2nd foul of the game. Going to be a timeout by Coach Van Meter. But we're going to stay right here, Drew. It's going to come down to the wire, and I believe that, the Cougars weren't expecting to only be up 4 points at this point in the game.
I mean, again, watching them play against Kaiser the other day with Preston, and Preston warming up before the start of the game, I was like, okay, this is probably going to be a little bit tighter. I still thought Jefferson was more talented and obviously deeper in depth, too. It's just you can never take these teams lightly. Preston has 3 guys that can really legitimately play, and also their team's extremely smart, probably 4 or 5 turnovers tops in this half as well. So, shout out to Preston. They've really played hard, but good game for Jefferson to really figure out, what is our identity? Because right now, I don't think they have one.
No, and then they may not get one, Drew, for the first several games of the season if they continue to play this way. Coach Van Meter's shuffled that lineup quite a bit. We've seen some guys get playing time, and then they sit for a while.
Right.
And then they get subbed back in. Guys like Swanson and Boone coming in. Troxel, we kind of were shocked that Troxel hadn't gotten a little more minutes here in the second half, the way he came, out providing that spark, knocking those early 3s down. So just trying to find that combination of players that's going to best fit this team this year.
Yeah, really, the only consistent guys we've seen on the floor at all times has outside Drake with this foul trouble has been Parrish. You've seen Yates and Barry. Those three have really been on the floor with Swanson and Boone and Troxel. Gidney, they've been throwing those guys in and out. But I really like Gidney's defensive pressure, too. I think that's somebody that they got to find ways to keep on the floor.
So 1:40 to go, 49-45. The Cougars have a 4-point lead over the Knights. A near steal by Barry. Hayes with it now for the Knights. Parrish trying to knock it away. A lot of action going on. A lot of players on the floor.
That's clearly pressing ball, but Jefferson's doing a good job selling it.
The officials, they're going to come together here and discuss it. As Coach Kyle Van Meter calls his players over, he wants to take have a quick word with them.
Yeah, it's Preston basketball.
So Preston will have it. 1:27 left to go, down 4.
So right here, I'm trying to get it quick, too. I mean, you still have about 90 seconds left to go on the clock. Try to get you something with Hayes. See if you get the 3 the old-fashioned way. But right now, with Jefferson playing man-to-man, set up high pick and roll, get to work. Schniddle, too, man. Been impressive.
Schmiddle taking Titus Murray to the hole, up and good with the left. Aiden Schmiddle with 16 now, coming on strong here in this second half, keeping his Knights team right in it, Drew.
Yeah, man, very crafty around the rim. All of his points have been by the rim except for one, so you got to love the way he's attacking.
Cougars, I don't know if they're trying to run a little clock here, under a minute. They need to be careful because a little steal or a bad pass or something to result in a 2 to tie this game up, or a 3 to take the lead. So
still 2 fouls away from the double bonus, though, JD. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's 5 fouls, turns it to a double bonus, and it refreshes at the end of every quarter. So it goes to overtime, it will refresh again. But, yeah, right now, need 2 more fouls. And if I'm Jefferson, that was close.
That was a missed call. No, his foot was on the line.
Wow.
They missed that one.
I would call it home cooking, but they're the guests, and they're at Washington.
Official was right there, but Takeem Drake got away with one. Just wasn't paying attention to where he was on the floor. So Braylon Barriel inbound for the Cougars. 50 seconds left to go here in the ball game.
4.
Just does get it into Swanson. He misses the easy layup. Rebound by Drake. He can't get it to go. Had 2 chances at it.
And foul.
Wow. Now the door is really wide open for the Knights now. And just 3 missed opportunities. Again, as we've seen it before earlier in the game, Jefferson just not coming away with some of those points down low.
Again, with 43 seconds left to go, too. If you're pressed, and I'm like, hey, I might try to go see if I can draw something up. They still have 1 timeout left. Maybe take a lot of the clock off, and you end the ball with either a 2, go to overtime, or maybe even a 3.
Inbound full court press.
That's not what you want.
There.
Oh, that stage, yep, that's Washington.
That's going to be a turnover on the Knights, and Cam Boone coming back in for Parrish.
See, that's why I would have took a timeout right there, JD. Talk it over again. You don't want to put the ball in the corner on a trapping defense like that anyway. Now it just makes it really hard.
40 seconds left. Takeem Drake, no good off the window. Strong rebound by Swanson. Yates will pull up, knocks it down. 32 seconds left to go. A quick 30-second timeout by Coach Van Meter. Jefferson now has.
That's a full. It's a full.
It is a full timeout, excuse me. While they have a full timeout, we're going to take a timeout and hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success through our social media platforms and our live event production.
And we are back here at Washington High School for this winter tip-off presented by Home Team Sports TV. J.D. Fritz joined by Drew Pitzer. First game of the season. It's been an exciting one so far, Drew, as the Knights are holding strong right with the Cougars, only down 32 seconds left.
Yeah, again, interesting possession right here. You got to score quickly for sure. Unfortunately, they had a turnover right there, really kind of shut the door on that.
Hayes pushes it up to Jenkins. They're going to need a quick bucket here in the corner to Manko. He pulls up and he can't hit it, looking for the foul. No good there as Hayes lays it up. He's off. Jenkins puts it up and good with 15 seconds left to go. A quick timeout there by the Knights coach Forbes. Still not over yet, down 2.
So right here, JD, though, again, you're going to try to draw something up, maybe get one possession to swing back and forth, and then you're going to start fouling. They still have to get 2 fouls. Actually, no, they only have to get 1 foul, and they go to the line for a double bonus. They're at 14 fouls right now, but you're going to try to get a steal at first, see if you can get a quick bucket, too, make it a tie ball game. Jefferson has to be very careful because Preston has forced a couple turnovers off their full-court pressure. So, again, this game's far from over, JD. Still 15-6 left on the clock.
Yeah, Drew, and, Jefferson probably did not think they'd be in this position here.
No.
With 15 seconds left to go in the game. But, that just goes to show, when you don't have a good shooting night, and it leaves the door wide open for any team that's just a solid. And the Knights are a solid basketball program. They've had some turnovers here later in this fourth quarter that's caused some issues and has given the Cougars some easy buckets. But, only being down 2, definitely right in this ball game still. Jefferson needs to close this out.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you see Schnittl and Hayes. Hayes has 20, Schnittl has 16, 14 in this second half. Those 2 players right there really led the way. Cash Jenkins had 22 the other night, only has 4 right now, so maybe Preston's probably kicking themselves in the foot. Like, if we had just a little bit more production from our best scorer, we could be finding a way to come out with this game, but still, some time left to see what they can do.
We'll see if they can get a steal here, possibly off the inbound.
Uh-oh.
Yes, they do, as Preston steals it away, kicks it over. Cash Jenkins for 3. He's off the mark, rebounded by Boone. He's fouled with 9 seconds left to go, and I believe that window might have just closed on the Knights, Drew, if Boone can knock down a couple free throws here.
Yeah, Boone can hit both these free throws. Game's pretty much all but over, but if he misses one, which Jefferson hasn't been knocking down all their free throws tonight, they've missed quite a few. This is still the door will be open. 1 for 2 right now would be a win for Preston. Still have 9 seconds. That was a good foul that had happened right there. But again, Jenkins, just a tough night for him, but that kid can really play. He's made a lot of plays off the ball too, a couple of steals. Just unfortunate that one didn't go down.
Big opportunity here for the sophomore Boone. Kind of put this game away. And off the front of the rim, he can't get it. So, yes, Drew, that door is still wide open. Miss or make now.
If I'm Jefferson, if they make this free throw, I'm thinking about fouling, before they even get the ball up half court, because then they have to reset, maybe take 3 or 4 seconds. You got to play that type of game. Not allow Preston to get just a wide open 3 off.
Boone second off the front of the rim, pretty much in the same spot that gives Preston some life. Cash Jenkins knocked away by Parrish.
Wow.
Had the opportunity, a 2-on-1 fast break and blown. And they know it too.
Parrish, what a tremendous play right there. Again, that was a wide open layup. Just put his hands up. Preston unfortunately threw that chest pass. Should have threw a little bounce pass right there. Could have been going to overtime right now, but 2.6 seconds left to go, JD. An absolute doozy for our first basketball game in over a year and a half. You didn't call any last year.
Yeah, took a little break.
So now, having us back here on the floor, this is just like we left off, my brother.
Yeah, it has been. It takes a couple minutes or so to get back into the groove of basketball. It's much faster pace than football, but it's definitely a lot of fun to do and be up here with you, Drew. But, next game, first time, Drew, let everybody know we're going to do a little switch on everybody. I think Drew's going to call the game. I'll do the color, and we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. Obviously, last year I did a lot of play-by-play for most of the basketball games, actually all 27 that we did last year. But, either way, the chemistry that we already have, right, it's usually JD does play-by-play and I'm color, but we're going to change it up a little bit. Have me run play-by-play, have JD run color, so y'all hear a little bit more of my voice next game. But, again, that's going to be Washington versus Kings Christian Academy. Going to be a tremendous showcase. Washington, easily, to me, a top 5 team in the state against a very talented and athletic team from Kings Christian. So you guys won't want to miss out on that. Again, this is the winter tip-off at Washington High School presented by Home Team Sports TV with 2.6 seconds left to go. Pressing down by 2 with the ball underneath JD. Looks like we're in for a thriller finish.
Yeah, one shot. Here we go. Hayes with the ball. Does he get one off? He does. It's going to be off. No good. And Jefferson squeaks out a win here in opening day. 51-49 over the Preston Knights. And Drew, I tell you, man, that was about as close of a game as you'd want to have if you're the Jefferson Cougars.
Yeah, again, that was unfortunate for them. I know this is a win. You got to be happy about getting a win, but unfortunately, that wasn't the way that they wanted to perform. But only could go up from here. But again, JD, let's go ahead and announce the Home Team Sports Player of the Game, and that's going to be number 0. That is Keon Yates. Again, congratulations. Had 14 huge points, a couple big steals there too, but a lot of rebounds. Really did extremely well down the stretch, allowing this Jefferson team to get a big win. Not the prettiest win, but a win nonetheless, JD.
Yeah, you're right, Drew. And Keon definitely played a big part in that throughout this entire game. Hit some big threes in the first half. Stayed with it, hit some nice buckets down the stretch. Was able to pull out the win here for the Cougars over the Preston Knights. Preston will take on, I believe they play
Washington tomorrow.
They'll play Washington tomorrow, so they're going to stick around, hang out, probably watch the second game, as we've got Keon Yates coming up here to have a word. And Drew, I'll let you have the first interview here of the basketball season.
Sounds good, my brother. What's up, Keon? Good game, brother. All righty. Yeah, this little camera right here, my brother. Good game, dog.
I'm going to shoulder, sir.
Again, everyone, welcome to the Home Team Sports Player of the Game, the first of basketball season. Keon Yates, 14 huge points, man, a lot of rebounds, couple assists, too. I know that wasn't the way that you guys really wanted to perform. I know y'all wanted to win by a little bit broader of a margin, but how does it feel to get your first win out here to start the season?
It feels pretty good. We've been working for this. That's been good for me.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, obviously, you guys played about 12 different players on the team and, very versatile. But what do you think you guys are going to have to improve on most as the season continues to progress forward?
I think we just got to figure out our roles as a team. We're just trying to see what everybody can do as of right now.
Right.
To see, how far we can get as, a whole team and stuff.
Of course.
So, yeah.
No, for sure. And obviously, you did a tremendous job. A couple big threes there in the first half. A lot of big rebounds there in the second too. And a big play there defensively at the end to not allow them to even get a decent shot up. So again, we just want to say congratulations, first Home Team Sports Player of the Game for basketball this season. Keon Yates, again, 14 huge points, a couple rebounds, couple assists, really good game. And Jefferson is 1-0 to start the season. And we're going to take a quick commercial break. Hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
Hey, I'm Jeremiah.
And I'm Braden, and we are Brothers Bin Blasting, your bin blasting all-stars.
A unique sanitizing service begins right after your local trash collection. With a scheduled pickup time and location, we arrive promptly to clean your bins on the spot.
Our advanced 360-degree cleaning heads and pressurized water heated to over 200 degrees ensures a powerful blast blasting away 99% of all germs and bacteria. Visit our website at brosbinblasting.com and use code GETBLASTED to receive 50% off your first cleaning.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle with True Performance Fitness. I'm one of the owners here. True Performance Fitness as a whole, we brought this gym to the area and we wanted to bring every walk of fitness in one building. So that's exactly what we did. We have strongman, powerlifting, bodybuilding, CrossFit. We have posing rooms, a full turf, a full track outside. We even have a basketball court. We wanted everything to be under one roof. So that's just kind of the thing that we did. We also went out and we made sure that we got top of the line equipment. We also make sure that all the pads and everything are getting replaced and all the machines are being taken care of properly. That's just something we strive to do for this community. We also like to give back to the community with donations, fundraisers, and other stuff for like kids and the families around. So that's just kind of who we are as a gym, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys.
This is Jimmy, General Manager at Ameritech Tire and Auto, here to serve you with all your auto repair and service needs. We are a family-owned business serving our community since 2003. We work on all makes and models from vintage cars and trucks to collectors to today's latest, newest vehicles. So stop in and see us at one of our 2 locations. See you soon.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
Looking to enhance the beauty of your outdoor space? Look no further than R&L Landscapes. We understand that your outdoor space is more than just a yard. It's a place where memories are made with loved ones and where you find peace and tranquility. Our team of professionals will work closely with you to bring your vision to life. From expert design and installation to meticulous maintenance, we are committed to delivering breathtaking results that will make your neighbors green with envy. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we guarantee exceptional craftsmanship that will withstand the test of time. Contact R&L Landscapes today and let us turn your dreams into reality.
I understand that each client is unique and has their own real estate needs. Whether you are buying, selling, renting, or a seasoned investor, I got your back. My name is Cheryl Yates, an award-winning realtor with ERA Liberty Realty.
I've known Cheryl Yates for over 30 years now, and I've always found her to be the consummate real estate professional. On a personal level, Cheryl has handled 3 sales for us over the past 15 years or so and has done an excellent job on each and every one of them. She communicates extremely well, and you never have to worry about where you're at in the sales process.
What I like about Cheryl is she's dependable, she's on time, she's flexible, and she works hard to get the job done. We had our sales very quickly through Cheryl Yates.
Whatever your real estate needs may be, remember me. I'm the key to buying or selling your home.
Buying or selling real estate? Katra Law is the local choice for real estate closings. In fact, we were honored to be chosen as the best of the best real estate closing attorneys for 2022 by the Martinsburg Journal. With offices conveniently located on Foxcroft Avenue in Martinsburg and South George Street in Charlestown, Katra Law proudly serves the Eastern Panhandle. Whether on the court, field, or in the classroom, we wish all of our student athletes a safe and successful.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
Here at the barn, we have been making dreams come true since 1972, where we help women feel their most beautiful for any occasion, from pageant, homecoming, and prom gowns to walking down the aisle in the perfect wedding gown alongside their bridesmaid and their family. Stop by to meet your stylist today to find an affordable gown, and we do offer layaway.
Welcome to Cookies and Milk Child Care Center. We have 2 locations conveniently located in Kernersville and Martinsburg. Our mission is to be the leading provider of higher quality care and education services for children ages 6 months to 12 years of age. We provide the highest quality child care available at an affordable cost. For more information, contact us at 304-901-2961.
Juwan is the ultimate hype guy. I love him. He's always positive. He's always pepping them up and firing them up.
Parker, work, Parker, work, Parker, work, 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 work. guys, one more time.
And welcome back, everyone, to Home Team Sports TV, where today I am your host, Drew Pitzer, joined alongside by J.D. Fritz. We saw the first game, Jefferson versus Preston. Jefferson ends up winning that game 61-59, and now we have Kings Christian, who's 3-3, traveling up here to Washington, to the Patriot Palace, as I like to call it, playing against a Washington Patriots team that most think is a top 5 team here in the state, J.D. And I'll go ahead and start with you. You know, obviously, Washington returns Josiah King and Chris Dolman, 2 first-team all-area type players. Really talented group. Who do you see as a big factor for them tonight coming into this game?
Yeah, well, I see it's going to be King. I mean, Josiah King, you know, he's only a junior, but he can really light it up, you know, as well as Chris Dolman. I think those 2 guys are probably going to be the key players in the center around this Washington Patriots team tonight, Drew.
Yeah, again, you know, they look at that team has 5 guys that can get up and down the floor. They want to run up and get a bunch of shots. They scored 40 points in 1 quarter in the scrimmage the other night against Williamsport, so expect a lot of fireworks from this Washington Patriots team. But I'll go ahead and move over to Kings Christian. Already played 6 games. They're 3-3, so 500 so far on the season. Only brought here 9 players here today, so they're not going to be nearly as depth-oriented as Washington will be, but very talented group. You know, you have Caden Williams. He's averaging 14 points a game. He has averaging 5 steals a game as well, so he's getting a lot of steals and 6 assists. So he's really their big catalyst coming into tonight. And also you have Elijah Burgess. He's averaging 16 tonight, also having about 4 or 5 rebounds. And then also you have Rodney Hunt. He's averaging about 8.5 points too. So those 3 players from Kings Christian are what Washington's going to have to do to slow them down if they want to come out here and win their opener tonight, JD.
Yeah, a team that averages 68 points a game, not something that'll, you know, blow your mind necessarily, but the 17 steals a game is pretty impressive, so they really get it done on the defensive end, so you're going to see a lot of pressure from this Kings team tonight. They don't have necessarily a lot of guys on the roster, just 10 guys listed here on the roster tonight, but they're going to play almost every single one of those guys. You know, and they like to mix up with guys. I like to see the smaller guard here, Khalil Bond. He's somebody that'll come off the bench for them, but man, he's little but mighty, Drew. Only averaging about 5 points a game, but definitely pick up some steals. And like you said, I think it was Burgess averaging 5. Was it Burgess?
It was
Williams averaging 5 steals a game. He really does it on the defensive end as well. And I'm trying to see if I thought they were getting ready to do the national anthem. I believe they're missing one of their big men tonight, Will Burke.
Yeah.
He's not here, didn't make the trip. So they're going to have to rely on number 11, Adam Stewart, inside for a lot of those boards and defensive pressure at the rim, Drew.
Yeah, for sure. Just a sophomore, too, so a lot on the young guy's shoulders. But, again, this Washington team, kind of speak on them. I've got this interview Coach Ryan Miller multiple times during the offseason and just been seriously so impressed with this group. This is his 3rd year at the helm, so just a big year for them. This is where he thinks that they can get to the state tournament. They were just a game away last year, a really good contest against Martinsburg on the road. Martinsburg ended up winning that game, sending Washington home. They were with a lot of injuries last year, but a big loss for them. DJ Borley, the human microwave, you know, he had a bunch of big time moments last year, really carried their team when they were in a slump. So now King, Dolman, and you have Avery Brown, love to call him downtown Avery Brown, really for King's
Your
Christian.
visitors from King's Christian Academy, the Eagles. At guard, a junior number 0, Elijah Burgess. At guard, a senior number 3, Caden
Burgess starting at point guard. And you have Williams again, the 14, 5, and 6 guy, the Swiss Army knife, JD.
4, David Pope.
There's Pope starting as well. Russell Slade, he's also almost averaging double figures.
10, Russell Slade.
And then round out that starting lineup, number 11, Adam Stewart.
At center, a sophomore, number 11, Adam Stewart.
We're going to have a
Eagles are coached by Mr. Doug
special
Cornwell.
entry, it looks like, Drew, here for the Patriots on their introduction.
Yeah, they started last year. They turn out the lights and bring out the big flashlight on the guys. So here comes the Washington Patriots starters tonight.
If they want this strobe light, I can control it right here. Oh, I love this music. Little Phil Collins.
It's a little throwback. It's a little before my time, JD. So it looks like Dolman will be starting at point guard. You have King at the 2. You have Avery Brown at the 3. Jaquel Watkins at the 4. And Chet Gore at the 5. Washington has about 4 or 5 different starting lineups so that they could use. So I don't expect this to be the starting lineup all season. But 3 of those guys with Gore, King, and Dolman, I expect probably to start every single game, barring any health concerns. Here comes the All-State sophomore last year, now a junior, Josiah King, the transfer from Martinsburg. Downtown Avery Brown also getting introduced. Starting a new number 5 this year, taking over DJ Borley's old number. Here comes Jaquel Watkins. Definitely leaned up a lot from last year, too. Oh, yeah. Really good shape. Does a lot of things for this team, especially defensively, too. Chet Gore. The senior, been beat up his last 2 seasons. To see if we can get a full season of good health out of him. He brings a lot of versatility to him offensively. And Chris Dolman has the all-time school record in points in one game. He had 37 at Musselman last year and a 30-point blowout at Appleman. So really a lot of guys on this Washington team. Huge expectations coming this season. Talking to Coach Miller before the season, one thing that he told me that a lot of people may not agree with him, he says we have the best backcourt in the state. I mean, and there's some teams in the state with George Washington and Spring Mills. You have a couple teams. Parkersburg South has a really good backcourt too. So it's to have that type of praise from a third-year coach on his junior and senior starting guards. It's just going to be really exciting to see. I think this Washington team can reach for the stars. I mean, they're really talented. But, again, everything's good, looks good on paper. It's what you do on the floor, and this will be a good test for them starting off here tonight, JD.
Yeah, and I'm just interested, with the Eagles now, and this is their 7th game of the season, how that experience to start the season is going to help them over the Patriots, with them being this first game, kind of see if we're going to kind of see the same thing that Jefferson kind of went through. They went through their shooting struggles, maybe a little bit of first game jitters. So we'll have to wait and see how Jefferson comes out here against KSA.
Yeah, and see the difference in the DNA between Washington and Jefferson. Jefferson's more of a slashing team that needs to get to the rim. This Washington Patriots team is going to live or die by a 3. Don't be surprised to see 43 points attempted tonight as Dolman gets a tip. He's taking it right to the rim. Early and often, Chris Dolman puts 2 points on the board, and that's how Washington wants to start.
Yeah, very aggressive already, getting after it. They're going to play fast and play hard this whole game, as Coach Ryan Miller was talking to us at Media Day. Wait till you see this team going to get up and down the floor pretty quickly.
An interesting matchup here. King versus Williams. 2 guys that can really fill up the stat sheet. As King gets the steal, he's looking to attack. There you go. He has Watkins there, right there with him. And
nice
good bucket there. Yeah, great find right there. And again, Washington's going to try to get up and down the floor. Again, they scored 40 in the scrimmage game in 1 quarter, so they're going to get the shots up. As Williams, he gets his first 2 on the board. Have a little delay of game right there.
Yeah, Williams is going to get his shots up and definitely will get his points as he can fill up that stat sheet as we were talking about in that pregame, Drew. He's, their leading scorer. I believe he's their leading scorer as well.
16 points a game.
Assist and steals, so he pretty much does it all for this Eagles team.
Brown gets that 3 up, and he will let it fly. And this 1-3-1 is a little interesting of a concept to go against this Washington team that really wants to get a lot of threes, especially corner threes that are going to be right there from kicks and opposite looks on the passes. So this is kind of a dare from Kings Christian. We'll see how they want to attack it.
Well, you see that length in there by Adam Stewart. Going to cause some problems there trying to get with Washington getting to the basket.
As Williams gets his second bucket on the board. Great pass there from Slade, who came off the steal. And again, this 1-3-1, they're going to try to trap on every wing and every corner. So Washington has to look to drive and get opposite. Dolman looks to drive, gets to the paint. Good kick to Watkins. Watkins' layup is up, and that is good. So Watkins now up to 4.
Watkins capitalizing on that defense, crashing in, man. Wide open there on the block. And Jaquel does what Jaquel does. Nice layup there.
Yeah, Watkins is interesting for me this year, JD. Had a really good season off the bench last year. Now in that starting lineup, got a lot more pressure on his shoulders. A good rebound there from Gore as King has the ball, looking to push it up the floor. Great find. There's Watkins again. Right place, right time. Goes up. That is no good. Good defense there from Slade. Slade gets the ball up the floor. There goes Burgess. Burgess attacks. No good.
Just a little off the mark there. A little out of control there by Burgess that time.
Again, Watkins underneath the rim. He already has 4 paint touches early on. Good find, the King, and King finishes off, gets his first points of the season. So 3 different guys with buckets. 8-4, 5:40 left to go. And JD, I told you, coming to this game, the pace and space that they want to play with is going to be evident early and often.
Well, that's the thing. They're going to be moving around a lot. Those guys are shifting around, cutting to the basket. A lot of motion going on with this Patriots team.
Good shot there from Elijah Burgess. Yes, sir. So 8-7. We're going to take a quick timeout. Looks like it's going to be, that's just a 30. So we'll stay right here, JD. And again, 8-7. Really quick start. Way different game than what we just saw with Preston and Jefferson. These two teams are going to try to score early and often. I think this game might get into that high 60s, early 70s type range.
Yeah, I'd definitely say it could possibly reach into the 70s for sure if we keep this kind of pace up. And Washington definitely wants to get probably in the 80s if they could, as they really like to get the shots up. And I just like the movement around and things like that. Washington, they're going to score and they're going to get up and down the floor a lot. But 8-7, close score, 5:25 left to go here in this first quarter. So far, I like what I see out of both teams. Really, nothing too fancy. I think they're kind of just filling each other out right now, Drew.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And you see this kind of three-quarter court 1-3-1, a little different of a look. I wasn't expecting to see Kings Christian use that. And again, that's where Watkins has found himself right underneath the rim every time. And Washington will make the extra pass.
Yeah, Jaquel looked like he had an easy layup, couldn't handle that pass, though. Missed opportunity. I believe Washington could have had an easy 2 there.
Yeah, Watkins is extremely unselfish. That's one thing about Coach Miller. He wants him to actually take a couple more shots per game. And I understand you want to get your other guys involved. The ball finds energy. But right there, you got someone underneath the rim. You got to be not afraid to take that. As Gore, he has the basketball. He is definitely not afraid to shoot. He lets it fly, and that is good. Downtown, Chet Gore lets it fly. 11-7 game, 7-11. 5 minutes left to go in this first quarter as Williams is now bringing the ball down. 3-on-3 climb with Josiah King guarding. Here comes the screen. Plays off at Williams, lets that 3 fly, and that is no good. Good box out there from King, and Dolman comes up with the rebound. Dolman looking to push in traffic. Kicks the ball down to Gore. Great pass there from Dolman. That's a second assist. Gore also now with 5 points off a 2 and a 3.
Yeah, and I want to see that from Gore. Hitting that 3 is nice and all, but I want to see, Cole Gore go to work down a little bit underneath. That perimeter game is something he's definitely worked on over the last couple of seasons. That's improved. So Cole Gore should play a huge factor in this game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you see what Gore's ability to do to space the floor out, and that's what Coach Miller really likes about him. But also, he's crafty inside too. He can finish well around the basket. Not a fist. It's not old man's version of the 5. They're going to have him extended out. That's why he loves this lineup, to make sure that they extend the floor. But Chet, man, just an absolute tremendous player. Had a really big game this summer against Hanley. Hit a couple big shots. I've really been impressed with his growth. It's just all about his health. As he's able to stay healthy, this team will go as he goes. It's good backdoor cut. King gets fouled by the rim. No good, but he is fouled there. That is by number 1, Rodney Hunt. That is his first, so King will get 2 opportunities at the line to knock down shots with 4:12 left to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, I wanted to correct myself. I said Cole Gore. That was his older brother, I believe. Chet having a great game so far with 5 points. I apologize to Chet on that one.
King a little flat on that first one. no good, as we see our first substitutions of the game, as you have number 2, Yahir Marrero, checking in, and also number 13, Cam Shredrick, the transfer from Jefferson, checking into the ball game for his first minutes for Washington.
Yeah, and what I noticed right off the bat, 4 of the starting 5 for the Patriots are Wildwood Mustangs, and the 2 guys that just came in are Mustangs as well. So very, very familiar with Coach Miller with those guys, and so he knows what he has in those kind of players. And
yeah, a lot of chemistry, a lot of time in the gym. Is great pass there from Williams. It's no good from the corner from Pope. Gore looks to kick it out. He gets that up to King. Shredrick in the corner looking to attack the very athletic lefty. No good. Rebound there from Gore. Little 15-foot floater, and that is good. So Gore now up to 7 points here. And again, that's a whole other aspect of their offense that they didn't even have last year, since Gore was unavailable for so much of the time. If he's able to provide them, 7 to 10 points a game, that really will relieve a lot of pressure. And Shredrick, great ball pressure on Williams. Williams gets the ball back, looking to create here in the corner. And the free throw, or the floater's up, and that is no good as King brings down his 3rd rebound. Looking to make a play. Kicks the ball to Gore. Gore again. Ball goes off his foot, and that will go to Kings Christian. So JD, again, you see the pace and the space. Already put up 16 points. Still 4 minutes left to go, or 3:15 left to go in this first quarter. Had a couple opportunities that they missed too. This Washington team, again, extremely impressive. I know it's a very small sample size, but I really like what I'm seeing, and Coach Miller is getting his guys attentive and ready to get after it.
Yeah, I tell you, the pace, like you said, man, it's incredible. But this is the pace that Coach Miller wants and he expects out of his team. Obviously, you don't want to turn the ball over. You want to play good, solid defense, and offensively, you want to put the ball in the basket. And so far, they've done that with 16 points here in this first period. As another sub coming back in, that's Avery Brown. So we're going to see a lot of substitutions. Coach Miller's going to see what his lineup's going to look like. So he will go deep into his bench as he has a 15-man roster.
Yeah, and he told me he would love to play 10 to 12 guys consistently, but he knows really he's at his best as a coach when he has his 7 or 8 guys, a constant rotation. But right now, early on in the season, he's going to allow guys to really battle for their minutes. You see Avery Brown playing really good ball pressure right there, good help defense from Dolman, as Dolman loves to push it. And the cardio that these guys have is absolutely insane. It's a good reverse layup there from Dolman, from the left to the right. That had been a top 10 play in the 90s. Today, that's just a normal play we see every single day.
Yeah, they're incredible. I mean, they really impressed me so far right out the gate. I don't think it's anything that we didn't expect, but just seeing it firsthand, it's really something to watch.
And great defense there from Shredrick. Stay vertical as he's going to push the ball too. As you see, every time they're getting down and trying to force pressure on that defense. And again, they might not make the shot at the rim, but hopefully they can draw a foul. Opportunity to have 20 on the board. Still with over 2 minutes left to go, Shredrick going to get his first opportunity at the line. So Dolman, he has 4, King has 3, Gore has 7, and Watkins has 4. Shredrick looking to get on the board for his first points as a Patriot.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot of guys, putting points up here tonight. I can see already. It doesn't matter who it is. They all play an important role as Tajay Harris will come into the game. Again, another Wildwood Mustang. And they all have their roles, and Coach Miller expects them, when their guy comes out and he comes in, they all expect not anybody to let off. That's the thing. Their pedal or foot is on the gas the whole entire time.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just the way Coach Miller wants to play. Like, he's a Hedgesville guy, but this team does not play anything like Hedgesville is. Misses the second one right there, so Shredrick goes 1 for 2 from the line. It's a 19-7 game as we're approaching the 2-minute mark. So Washington really put themselves out in a way that Jefferson wanted to, kind of build out a lead, see if they can get some other guys on the bench, and Williams looking to attack. The 14-footer is up, and that is no good. Rebound there from Brown. Brown gets out over to Dolman, and Dolman going to look to push the pace. Oh, definitely he's going to look to attack the smaller man. Is that
nice pull up there?
Yeah, that's 6 points already for Dolman. Again, one of the best scorers in the EPAC, I think, is in terms of his ability to take great shots too. He's a high percentage player, also high volume. He does so much for this Washington team. Is a great take there from Williams, and that's going to be a block and one, and just a little late getting set there by Brown. So Williams will have an opportunity to get 3 the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, he's their man. Williams, Caden Williams, he pretty much is their leading scorer, leading rebounder, or leading assist, and leads in steals. So, he's going to have a big game if KSA wants a chance to even stay in this game at all. right now they're down 11.
Again, now you see, Tajay, and trying to make some plays. Dolman kicks it over Brown, and Brown really loves that wing three right there, and that touches everything but bottoms. Rare, no good, and that's a freshman right there. Really have an opportunity, good size, good length, smart basketball player too, extremely young, but somebody that Coach Miller is going to want to find times to at least give him spot minutes. He might not be an everyday type player, but if there's times that he can come in and play, especially with his length and his ability to play on-ball pressure and the defensive side of the ball, I think that's a great asset for Coach Miller to have. And there's just a lot to love about this Washington team. Still a lot of areas to improve too. I think they're still too lax with the ball. I think sometimes they don't take the correct shot, as you've seen Watkins kind of pass up a couple open looks. Kind of ill-advised play, a couple fouls too they need to work on. But again, this Washington team has a lot to build on.
Yeah, and some people may question playing a freshman, but they're just not ordinary freshmen. They have a lot of basketball playing experience, and like we talked about earlier, Coach Miller is firsthand very familiar with a lot of these kids that he's coached, even coming up through middle school. So knows what to expect, knows what he's going to get out of those guys.
Yeah, coaching these guys since they were sixth graders, he's really got to build that chemistry, and that's a lot of these kids love the authenticity. I mean, Coach Miller is honest with you as Dolman takes it again to the rim, and extremely good at finishing around the rim. He's already up to 8, 4 for 5 from the field right now. Dolman, he's got to be probably one of the most efficient players in the state. As again, Avery Brown, that looks like it's going to be Washington ball. That looked like it bounced off of Burgess' head.
It almost looked like he touched it and it went off of him.
Officials saw it somewhere else, but now we have a 23-10 game just underneath the minute, 51.8 left to go. Sideline out of bounds for Kings Christian. And then Dolman gets a good deflection right there, keeps the ball in bounds, gets his second steal of the game. Looking to slow it up a little bit. Little turnaround, good up and under move, and that's big fundamentals. Shout out Marcus Roper. I knew you'd be working with Dolman on that. Good up and under. Now we have Dolman, first player in double figures for the Patriots.
Yeah, good move by Dolman, good patience. He was looking to kind of pass it off at first. Nobody kind of came to help, so he pretty much did a nice little up and under move and scored that bucket.
Good pass there from Williams, and that is going to be another foul and one. That is going to be Russell Slade. He's now has his first bucket of the game. See if he has the opportunity to go up to 3 with his free throw with 24 seconds left to go in this first quarter. 25-10 game. And that's going to be Cam Shredrick's first foul. Team second of this first quarter. And we'll see if Washington wants to play for one. Coach Miller does have a lot of late game, late clock plays drawn up. Wouldn't be surprised to see kind of a horns action right here. See if we can get a slip. Brown, I'm calling a Brown three-pointer in the corner. Don't call me crazy. So Dolman has the ball. And they're going to be very patient right here. As Tajay has the ball, Dolman has it on the wing.
Nice
good
look.
pass. Oh, just a little bit.
It was there. A little aggressive on the pass, though, but he definitely had Brown creeping down the lane just a little bit too out in front.
Yeah, and that's Washington's fourth turnover. Again, that's one thing that they're going to have to work on. They can't be lackadaisical with the ball. If they want to beat the teams like Spring Mills, GW, Parkersburg South, Morgantown, you can't turn the ball over. You definitely can't beat yourself. There's 10 seconds left to go. As you see Williams. Good ball pressure there from Tajay Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison with good defense. That's what you get from a guy like Harrison. I watched him in middle school a lot, too. He could fill it up, too, on the offensive side. But, Coach Miller wants to see these guys play defense. If you're not playing defense for him, you're not going to see the floor.
Good attack from Dolman, and that last second shot is up, and that is no good. So Dolman finishes the first quarter 5 for 7, has 10 points. Washington's up 25-13 against Kings Christian to end the first quarter. And we're going to take a quick commercial break. Hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Home Team Sports TV, the Winter Classic here at Washington High School, presented by Home Team Sports TV. Drew Pitzer, JD Fritz here at Washington High School for Game 2 of our two-game setup here tonight. Washington holds a 25-13 lead starting the second quarter. And JD again, Chris Dolman with 10 points in that first quarter, made a lot of plays, 5 or 7 shooting. You know, that was just super impressive as we're now into the second quarter. As you have Burgess with the ball, he gets it back to Williams. Williams had 6 points in that first quarter, make it 9. And Williams really could play again. Speaking on it at the beginning of the game, the pregame show, you know, this guy leads the team in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. Really does it all for this Kings Christian Academy. 3-3 right now, and now gets it back to a single-digit ball game at 25-16. King has the ball. He gets that over to number 4. That's Chandler Cox with his first action of the game. Dolman getting a nice little rest as Gore checked back into the game as well. As Gore's mid-range jumper is up, and that is good. So Gore now up to 9 points. Almost 2 Washington players in double digits. As you see, number 1, Hunt, take it in. He gets that ball to number 11. That is Stewart. Stewart bucket is good.
Yeah, Stewart just camping down there in the lane. He's big body, 6'5". You know, he takes up. He's a lanky guy, but he's very long. You know, so
a shot there from number 12. That's Jaquel Watkins again. And good rebound there from Guerrero.
Yeah,
gets his first points in a Washington uniform.
There's the freshman, yeah.
He extends the lead back out to 11, 29-18. Underneath the 7-minute mark is Williams looking to attack. Williams up to 9 right now. Seeing that double, that's a good adjustment there from Coach Miller. He's going to say anybody but Williams at this point has really been hurting them. And that's Pope out there, or Slade, with the ball. He gets that back over to Hunt. Back to Burgess. Burgess looking to attack. Williams in the corner. He's going to let that one fly. Nope. Little step back action. That is no good off the front of the rim is Cox. Nope, does not come up the rebound. Slade picks it back up. Williams has the ball again. So really quick pace game from both these sides as Williams goes to take it up and under, and that is no good. As Stewart down there really fighting for rebounding position. Nonetheless, will be Washington basketball, JD.
Yeah, give credit to Washington. I mean, they've really been putting a lot of pressure on these shooters and the guards there for Kings Christian. I mean, they can't – everything's contested. Hands are everywhere, trying to knock the ball away, hand in the face every time they've got somebody taking a shot. So nothing's going to be easy for this Eagles team. And, again, you know, Coach Miller's going to preach defense all day long. It's fun to fill up the offensive stat sheet.
And you see Kings Christian now goes to that 2-3 look, but Washington immediately gets the ball inside. Chet Gore takes a good shot, misses just a little bunny from 14 foot. Still 11-point game as we're underneath 6 minutes as Williams lets another one fly. No good as Stewart almost comes to rebound. Nonetheless, freshman Marrero comes out with it. Gives it to Watkins. Watkins to King. King will let that fly. Kelly Oubre shot, and that is good. So King now up to 6 points with a 2. Oh,
I got him at 5.
I think he made a free throw and missed a free throw, so he is actually at 6.
Okay.
So 32-18, 5:19 left to go as Williams doing everything he can to kind of keep his team in this game. Misses last 3 shots, but he's not scared to let it fly. Stewart with the ball. Now back to Pope. Pope drives, and no good. Rebound there from King, his 4th of the game. Good throw up to Marrero. Marrero's layup, that is good. So Marrero now up to 4 points as Washington's really starting to kind of extend his lead a little bit, get a little bit of breathing room as you see Dolman now back up to the scores table, about to check in. So let's see if Williams can give him a little bit more offense. Again, has not scored in this second period.
Yeah, good defensive pressure once again by the Patriots as they just make it nothing easy there as Gore with the rebound. I tell you what, it's just they're like, you know, flies on.
You know what?
Yeah, exactly.
Chet Gore, another little 15-footer that is no good. So 2 back-to-back misses from the mid-range game for Gore. But I love that because Gore really is a 3-level scorer. He can shoot for the 3, he can finish in the mid-range game, and he also is really good around the rim.
Yeah, and Kings Christian's going to have to really be careful. There's a 5-second call that this game doesn't – it's already kind of starting to get out of hand a little bit. And they're just – it wouldn't be a bad idea if, Coach didn't get a quick timeout here. But
He's letting his guys play. I mean, I understand. I respect that, but right now would be a time to kind of collect your guys. You know, they're making another sub. You got Bond in for his first time, the 5'3" point guard. Really quick and electric. Get a lot of steals, but now with Dolman checking back in the game, and they're still in this 2-3 zone, which is kind of odd with the way Washington's been shooting the three. Again, they're just trying to throw all these different looks at Washington here.
Yeah, I got him with some steps there, unfortunately.
A little travel. You got to put the ball down before you put that foot down. So Bond, he will have the ball now. Again, the 5'3" point guard getting his first minutes of the game. Gets that back over to Hunt. Cox is an impressive prospect for them, too. Is a nice little back tap from there. They're going to look to push. Gets it back to King. King's going to attack the rim. Going to finish at the rim. Layup's not good, but we'll be fouled. We'll have another 2 free throws at the line as we're underneath 4 minutes now with a 16-point game as Washington's really starting to put their pedal to the metal.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to get from King. You got good transition basketball from King. I'd like to have seen him maybe kick that to the corner.
Right, that's what
he
I
had the
thought.
wide open guy, but nonetheless, he was fouled and going to go to the line. Chance to shoot a couple freebies.
And that one's flat, too. So, very odd to see Josiah King shot 90% from the free throw line last year. I only think I saw him miss 1 free throw all of last season, so to already see him miss 2, a little odd. But, again, this guy is an all-state type player. Maybe not this year, but next year could be a potential player of the year candidate. Really does it all for Washington. 2 free throws missed. He is now 1 for 4 on the evening, but gets the steal back, steps out of bounds, so will be Kings Christian basketball after the chaos.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for King. Got to knock those down. This game isn't necessarily a close game, but as we get further into the EPAC, they're going to play in some much tighter games, and those are going to come up big.
Yeah, again, I think Spring Mills and Washington have a little bit of, a tier ahead of everybody else. Those two really seem to kind of have solidified themselves as top 5 teams in the state. But again, you have Martinsburg, who was just in the state tournament last year. You have Jefferson, who was there for 4 years in a row. Last year was the first time they missed since the start of the new decade. So you have these teams that have always been extremely well coached. Musselman's still right there. They've been in about 7 tournaments of the last 12. So they're always around too. And then you have Hedgesville, Coach Church, one of the best coaches in the state. So this EPAC is huge. And again, now with only 2 regions, you're playing with Morgantown, Preston, University. Those guys you're going to compete with to get to the state tournament now. It's not a gimme that 2 teams from the EPAC will make it now.
Yeah, it's just only going to get tougher, Drew, as the seasons continue year after year. Changes are being made to try to improve the competition level. I mean, the EPAC's already one of the toughest divisions to play.
Absolutely.
In the state, and if it's not next year, I don't know whose conference would be better, because the EPAC is going to be really tough to play in.
The MSAC is they're more of a physical conference. The EPAC likes to get up and down, get a lot of threes, and Washington Spring Mills really kind of, exemplify what the EPAC is. And you look at GW and, the way Capital plays, South Charleston, all those guys are real gritty, have a lot of tough guys that really want to score around the rim. As you see, that's number 10, Tajay Hairston, with his first bucket of the evening.
Yeah, they've got multiple scores already. 7 guys, already in the scoring column for the Patriots, so they don't waste any time getting guys in, putting points up. It's going to be a different guy, I think, every game. I don't think you're going to be able to pinpoint just one, leading scorer.
Great pass.
Nice.
And there's Avery Brown from King. And like you said, some nights it's going to be King, some nights it'll be Dolman. Brown can definitely fill it up. Jaquel Watkins can score too. This team has 3 guys that are legit number 1s in the area, but kind of go back to the EPAC conversation with being the best conference in the state. I think it's just obvious that the EPAC in football, basketball, and baseball is consistently one of the best, conferences in the state. And the MSAC is really competitive too. But these 2 conferences are just absolutely insane. As Shredrick gets a hand on something, and no foul right there. It looks like there was a little bit of contact from Burgess. Officials didn't see it that way. We'll retain King Christian basketball as right now Washington holding a 20-point lead with just underneath 2 minutes left to go before the first half.
Yeah, it's really kind of blown open now, Drew, and unfortunately there's not a whole lot that Kings Christian's been able to do about it. I mean, they just won't let up, and then if somebody even does get a little bit tired, they've got 3 or 4 other guys he can bring off the bench to fill their role.
Yeah, for sure. And that was one thing I was worried about Washington coming to the season. I know this is the first game of the year, but defensively I didn't know if they would have the talent to be able to get the stops that they needed to really win big-time games. But, man, I tell you what, the ferociousness that they've had and the overall team defense as Dolman comes up with his third steal already, gets to the rim, finishes well, and that is an and-one opportunity. Might have got away with a little bit of a low shoulder, but Dolman now up to 12 points with opportunity to make it 13 with 1:24 left to go in this first half. And, again, just the overall progression of Chris Dolman from his sophomore year where I thought he might not even been a varsity-level player to now being one, I think, a top 10 player in Quad A in the state. It's just been amazing to see. He really puts a lot of work in day day out.
Absolutely. I mean, the kid's come a long way. 2 years ago, you wouldn't have thought he would be progressing, but he's put in the work, and it's starting to show here going now into his senior season.
So 40 first-half points from Washington. Not the 40-point quarter that they've had, but, again, still, that's impressive to be on pace to score 80. As you see, Burgess lets that fly. And that is no good as King has the ball, and there is numbers in transition. Great pass there to Brown.
Beautiful look.
And there's Avery Brown. That is his second bucket of the game.
With him 4 now. So, yeah, I like it. I mean, they're getting up and down. Just when you think they start to slow down just a little bit, they kick it into another gear. And as we said in the pregame, this is going to be a really exciting team to watch. And they just continue the relentless pressure. And right there just causing another turnover for the Eagles.
And that's got to at least be 10-plus turnovers that have been forced. That not just, thrown ball away. Washington has been putting, it's 2 backcourt violations, multiple steals. Dolman has 3 on his own. King has 2. Shredrick has 1. I've just been really impressed with their overall team defense as King has the ball. He's going to let that wing 3 fly, and that is good. So Josiah King, he is now up to 9 points. So almost 3 different players in double figures for the Patriots as Burgess is going to let that fly, and the bank is not open now as Dolman gets the rebound, gets that up to Tajay. Good block there, but they're going to call a foul from the body as Harrison going to get an opportunity to put 2 more points on the board at 46-18. Could make this a 30-point game still just in the first half.
Yeah, Yair brings another element, too. He likes to take it to the hoop. Definitely can be a scorer, too, as well as a top-tier defender. I like him. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of these guys since middle school when my son was over there playing, and it's almost like we're just watching. You fast forward these guys 2 or 3 years, you're watching almost the same style, identical team that Coach Miller had at Wildwood a few years ago, and you're watching those guys do the same thing here at the high school level.
Yeah, it's really impressive to see again, and that's the second one from Harrison is no good, so he's now at 3 points. And with 14 seconds left to go, we'll see if Kings Christian is going to take the last possession. Again, at halftime, we're going to hear a word from our sponsors. And we'll have a little bit of breakdown. We'll come back about 2 minutes left before the half ends. There is a foul there. That is going to be on Harrison. I believe that is his second. So with 3.3 seconds left, I know Coach Miller is not going to be happy about that. And the way Coach Miller coaches, if this was a tighter game against a team that was more competitive, he'd probably be more outlandish. But I guarantee you at halftime, he's going to have a lot to talk about. A couple nonsense turnovers. They really didn't capitalize on some different possessions. But defensively, the effort they've had, effort, energy, and attitude, the 3 things that he really preaches on, JD. And I'm impressed with all 3 facets again. As you see, Harrison gets checked out for Brown. See if they can get a last-second 3 attempt. Avery Brown, he had 6 threes in the game last year. I think multiple times against Jefferson, really played extremely well at Jefferson, brought them all the way back when they were down by 10 going into the 4th, won that game. Extremely exciting game to call. We'll see if they have anything drawn up as Dolman's got 3, 2, 1. Dolman from half court. The shot is up, and it is no good. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first half, it is 47-20. Washington holds a sizable lead against Kings Christian Academy. We're going to take a commercial break and hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
Hey, I'm Jeremiah.
And I'm Braden, and we are Brothers Bin Blasting, your bin blasting all-stars.
A unique sanitizing service begins right after your local trash collection. With a scheduled pickup time and location, we arrive promptly to clean your bins on the spot.
Our advanced 360-degree cleaning heads and pressurized water heated to over 200 degrees ensures a powerful blast blasting away 99% of all germs and bacteria. Visit our website at brosbinblasting.com and use code GETBLASTED to receive 50% off your first cleaning.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle with True Performance Fitness. I'm one of the owners here. True Performance Fitness as a whole, we brought this gym to the area and we wanted to bring every walk of fitness in one building. So that's exactly what we did. We have strongman, powerlifting, bodybuilding, CrossFit. We have posing rooms, a full turf, a full track outside. We even have a basketball court. We wanted everything to be under one roof. So that's just kind of the thing that we did. We also went out and we made sure that we got top of the line equipment. We also make sure that all the pads and everything are getting replaced and all the machines are being taken care of properly. That's just something we strive to do for this community. We also like to give back to the community with donations, fundraisers, and other stuff for like kids and the families around. So that's just kind of who we are as a gym, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys.
This is Jimmy, General Manager at Ameritech Tire and Auto, here to serve you with all your auto repair and service needs. We are a family-owned business serving our community since 2003. We work on all makes and models from vintage cars and trucks to collectors to today's latest, newest vehicles. So stop in and see us at one of our 2 locations. See you soon.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
Looking to enhance the beauty of your outdoor space? Look no further than R&L Landscapes. We understand that your outdoor space is more than just a yard. It's a place where memories are made with loved ones and where you find peace and tranquility. Our team of professionals will work closely with you to bring your vision to life. From expert design and installation to meticulous maintenance, we are committed to delivering breathtaking results that will make your neighbors green with envy. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we guarantee exceptional craftsmanship that will withstand the test of time. Contact R&L Landscapes today and let us turn your dreams into reality.
I understand that each client is unique and has their own real estate needs. Whether you are buying, selling, renting, or a seasoned investor, I got your back. My name is Cheryl Yates, an award-winning realtor. with ERA Liberty Realty.
I've known Cheryl Yates for over 30 years now, and I've always found her to be the consummate real estate professional. On a personal level, Cheryl has handled 3 sales for us over the past 15 years or so and has done an excellent job on each and every one of them. She communicates extremely well, and you never have to worry about where you're at in the sales process.
What I like about Cheryl is she's dependable, she's on time, she's flexible, and she works hard to get the job done. We had our sales very quickly through Cheryl Yates.
Whatever your real estate needs may be, remember me. I'm the key to buying or selling your home.
Buying or selling real estate? Katra Law is the local choice for real estate closings. In fact, we were honored to be chosen as the best of the best real estate closing attorneys for 2022 by the Martinsburg Journal. With offices conveniently located on Foxcroft Avenue in Martinsburg and South George Street in Charlestown, Katra Law proudly serves the Eastern Panhandle. Whether on the court, field, or in the classroom, we wish all of our student athletes a safe and successful.
Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Patriot Classic here, presented by Home Team Sports TV. Again, we have Washington currently in the lead, 47-20, JD. And I tell you what, this Washington team was very impressive in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, what didn't they do right? And honestly, like you said, Coach Miller probably went into the locker room picking out a bunch of the things that they need to work on. But from a viewer standpoint, they pressed, they turned them Kings Christian over a bunch of different times. They get a lot of breaks off, a lot of buckets off fast breaks. They were able to knock down outside shots, some easy transition layups. I mean, they did just pretty much. They showed you what kind of a team they're going to be. I mean, obviously they're not going to be they're not a complete team right now in just the first game of the season. But man, it sure looks promising for this Patriots team.
I tell you what, watching the way that they played, again, they had 7 different guys score. You have Chris Dolman, who's right now leading the team with 13 total points. Cy King, he had 9. Chet Gore, he has 9 too. So those 3 guys have really been explosive. Jaquel Watkins has been in the right place at the right time, and just seeing the difference right now between the way that Washington's playing and the way Jefferson's playing. Not saying that it's still too early in the season to say that Washington would run them over, but you could see just the overall level of talent and the way that Washington's just progressed over the last couple seasons underneath Coach Miller. Very impressive to see, JD.
Yeah, I agree, and like we talked about earlier in the first half, I think it's going to be a combination of guys. That's the one good thing about this Patriots team. You're not always going to have the same 1 or 2 guys as the leading scorer. You're going to see other guys step up. It could be 3, 4, 5 different guys that, steps up and is the lead guy that night. But what you are going to see is a bunch of different guys contribute in a lot of different ways. Somebody might be, rebounding, somebody might lead in points, but overall as a team, I think you're going to see everybody collectively step up, and they're going to cause a lot of problems this year for teams in the EPAC.
Yeah, again, one of the top 5 teams in the state, at least in my opinion. Most people around the state also would probably agree in terms at least of talent and expectations. This Washington team really came out well, 47-20 to the lead at halftime, going against this Kings Christian game to open up the season. So really good opportunity for them maybe to extend into their bench, get some other guys some playing time. Really excited to see that too, as the second half is about to tip off. Same starting lineup from the first half for the Patriots: Dolman, King, Gore, Watkins, and Brown. And we'll see who Kings Christian Eagles will start the second half.
Yeah, unfortunately, Drew, they fell off a little bit on that 100-point pace.
Right.
And that probably will fall off a little bit more, especially into the fourth quarters. Like you said, they'll probably get some of these guys on their bench a little bit more playing time, give these guys some rest. They've definitely put in the work so far in this first half.
Yeah, right now I would love to see maybe some of the freshman guys again get some more playing time. You know, Marrero, you had Harrison, both those guys, Wildwood type teams too, and keep King and Dolman off the floor. The injury bug really got Washington last year. That's really what kind of derailed their season and not allowed them to go down to the state tournament. Dolman missed about 4 games. King missed 2 with concussion. You had Gore, who missed probably about 6 or 7. So I think that's going to be a big conscientious effort that Coach Ryan Miller is going to make, is try to keep his guys healthy. Probably this third quarter will be the last time we see his starters in this game.
Yeah, if they extend this lead even more, I agree, Drew. You won't see those guys in the fourth quarter, and you may see some of them not even finish out this third quarter.
As King's first shot is off the mark, as we have Williams. Williams had 11 points in that first half, makes it 13.
Yeah, Williams definitely keeping pace with what he's been able to do so far this season. Like you say, he's got 13, averaging 16 a game.
Brown's 3 is up, and that is just off the left corner. And the depth perception here has been one thing that I've heard a lot of people say is really confusing. I know when I played, this place was the only place in EPAC I did not hit a three-pointer at. At all other 6 gyms I did, but here, just a different way with the kind of the length in the background. Really hard to get used to. It works a big favor for Washington. But still, no scoring from Washington this quarter. 1 minute in, 47-22. Williams with the basketball.
We'll see if Williams can get some things going, kind of direct this offense, get them back in a groove. They got a lot of points to make up. You just got to chip away a little bit at a time.
Yeah, right now, if you're Kings Christian, you're not really worried about the scoreboard necessarily. Try to win every single possession. There's still enough time where it's plausible, but at the same time, 25 with only 14 minutes left to go. And the way that Washington plays, Washington's at least going to score another 30 points without a doubt. They'll finish with about 65 to 70 points if they're in their sleep, just the way the pace that they're playing. They slowed it down a little bit more this half, but still, they're going to get shots early and often. Williams, good deflection right there. And he has about 3 or 4 deflections, too. I really am impressed with Williams' game. He's looks like more of a Division III NAIA-type prospect with his size. Doesn't really have a lot of speed, but just overall fundamentally sound player, makes a lot of plays. This Washington team's just really, really good. As Brown, downtown Avery Brown lets it fly, and that is no good. He's 1 for 4 from 3 this evening. Gets it back to Dolman. Dolman 2 for $1. That 3 is up, and that is good. So Chris Dolman now up to 16 points. First points of the second half is Washington hits the half-century mark with 6 minutes left to go here in this third quarter, 50-22. Patriots in the lead.
And that's where you see that Dolman's improved a lot. His shooting has, like you said, he's been working with Marcus Roper a little bit. Has definitely improved on the shooting aspect of his game. And that's going to definitely be something he's going to need to take to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it as his sophomore year, he was underneath the 30% from three-point range. Last year was about 38%. And the way I was talking to Coach Miller and speaking with him, they expect him to be about the 42 to 44% range from a three-point shooter. That's a remarkable improvement in just 3 seasons. As Watkins looks to attack, great find there by King. King gets to the rim, and now King is in double figures with 11. If Dolman was 16, King with 11, Gore with 9. As Williams lets it fly, that is no good. And you can see some of these guys from Kings Christian are just really starting to gas out. Not a lot of legs on that shot as King's going to let another 3 fly, and that is good. So now King, he's up to 14 with 5 quick points in 10 seconds.
Yeah, just when you think they're going to let up and start playing a little bit farther back, they just continue to light up the scoreboard, and they don't let up. And this is what, Coach Ryan Miller wanted from his team. I mean, this is what they're going to be. We talked about earlier that we didn't know what Jefferson's identity was going to be yet this year, and we still maybe don't know after the first game. Well, we already know exactly what Washington's identity is going to be.
Yeah, if you think about the 2016 Warriors, this is what that team reminds me of. They're going to get a lot of shots, a lot of threes, a lot of layups. Don't see a lot of mid-range game outside Chet Gores. Brown would now pick up, I believe this is going to be his second foul. Great find there from Williams. And that goes to number 10. That is Russell Slade. Slade averaged about 9 points a game in 6 contests this year. Definitely a great third option for them. And it's Kings Christian Academy. They're, in comparison to population school size, they're dwarfed by Washington. But they came out here, really competed hard in that first quarter, but just was too much of an avalanche as we see the freshman Marrero checking back into the game, and also Shredrick, the Jefferson transfer, checking into the game now too. So we're going to see a little bit of that bench get utilized here from Washington.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of rotation. I think Coach Miller already has a good idea of what his rotation is probably going to be this season. He just wants to see these guys put it out on the floor and produce the way he thinks they can. And
Marrero missed a shot behind the back from Dolman. He's going to let another three fly, and that is good. So Chris Dolman now 3 for 4.
19 points on the game. A quick timeout there by Coach Cornwell of Kings Christian. And
actually, that was Coach Miller.
Coach Miller did call the timeout.
I thought it was Cornwell as well, too. But we'll just stay right here with a quick 30-second timeout. And again, JD, do you want to kind of go over the sponsors here for the game? I know we haven't really got to throw them in much, but we got to give them a little bit of love for making this happen for us today.
Yeah, I tried to get these in early. Apologize with adjusting from football to basketball. It's been a little bit tougher. But our sponsors for the year, we got Catro Law, Meritech Tire and Auto, Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, ERA Liberty Realty, call Cheryl Gates, Benchwarmer Sports Bar and Grill, Cookies and Milk Daycare, True Performance Fitness, Brothers Ben Blasting, VFW Post 3522. We appreciate all our sponsors. If you're wanting to advertise your business, please reach out to us at 571-520-5634.
Appreciate you, JD. And usually we have the out-of-town score report that we do, but these are only 2 EPAC teams in contest tonight. Musselman, big win against Clark County last night. They're 2-0 as well. So no losses from the EPAC yet this season. As we see, that is number 1, Hunt, who gets on the board. Kicks out to Marrero. Marrero, the freshman's going to let it fly, and that is good.
Yeah, and I will tell you something about Yair Marrero. I watched him in middle school, probably one of the best pure shooters I've seen. And he's going to make a huge impact on this Patriots team this year and moving forward.
Yeah, there's going to be some nights where he probably plays 25, 30 minutes, and some nights he might only get 4 or 5. But you can see his impact. He's got really good size. He's only going to continue to get longer, more physical too. Has good court presence as well. 7 points in his first varsity basketball game as just a freshman. Just something good for Coach Miller to build off of. And that was one thing that Coach Miller told me. He said it's going to be really hard for guards to find a lot of time. But with Marrero, with his size, he might be able to squeak in there and find minutes at the 3 and the 4 position, even though he's more of a shooting guard, point guard. And that should be, that's going to stay Kings Christian basketball. I thought it went off of King's leg. But you see, again, the trap there in the corner. There's an old quote one of my Coach Adam Williams, who played at Kentucky, told me. He said, you want to make them taste your breath. And right now, your Kings Christian is tasting everything that Washington has to offer. But Shredrick is out on the ball. That is number 1. Hunt makes a good move, gets by. He kicks that over to number 4. That is Pope. Pope gets in the corner. Back to number 2. That is Ricky James, not confused with Rick James. He gets off the mark. Now we have Marrero with the rebound. Dolman looking to push the pace. He gets that up the corner. Shredrick, the Jefferson transfer, lets it fly. Wow. That is good.
So I tell you, Washington's got several lefties on the court here tonight.
And see, and Jefferson was trying to play very similar to how Washington is, letting a lot of threes fly, over about 30 last contest, but that's not their identity. Washington is more of a three-point shooting team. Right. Jefferson is more of a slash and get to the rim, find an open guy. Not one true superstar there, while Washington probably has 2 guys that would be the best player on their team. As Gore lets it fly, is no good. He's still stuck at 9 points.
Yeah, I'd like to see Cole Gore. I was going to talk about him a little earlier. Assert himself a little more on offense. I'd like to see him kind of get down in the low post. I feel like they're going to benefit from him getting having a little bit more of a post game. I mean, they got plenty of perimeter shooters. Right. We've seen that tonight.
And that's how you really stretch the floor when you have 5 guys who can shoot. But if you have somebody who can stay at that dunk spot or at the high post, it really makes it hard to guard. It's great steal there. That is from Pope. Chet Gore gets it back to King, and now King, he is up to 16 points here on the evening. So Dolman with 19, King with 16, Gore with 9. So we have a 40-point ball game, 66-25. Here, 2:17 left to go in this third quarter. And we could probably already start talking about the player of the game. But I think, Chris Dolman and Josiah King both have an opportunity to both win that award. We'll see if they get any tick in this fourth quarter, but I would say at the end of this third would probably be conclusions. Right there you see Dolman hit the deck, and now you already see, you look at the bench all checking in.
Yeah, you got Harrison coming in. You also got
Chandler. You have
Chandler Cox coming in, and you also have Landon Schutz coming in.
Schutz' first appearance.
Yeah, I think as the season goes on, Schutz is a solid ball player. He could get some increased minutes as the season goes on as well. So there's some other guys that definitely could play a big part in this team. I mean, it just can obviously play a multiple guys on the floor and they don't let up. You know, it's like you don't miss anything. You bring freshmen in like Marrero, and I mean, if anything, he's actually improved the team's playability when he's come in.
I mean, when you break down the advanced analytics, the plus minuses, the wins above replacement, you know, Marrero's right there competing. I mean, he's going to be fighting for a starting spot if he continues to play like this as the season, you know, goes on. But having that type of guy coming off the bench just brings a lot of energy, you know, the effort. But this is probably a lineup that is playing right now that has never played before, and that's the beauty of it. There's no such thing as junk time in basketball. You know, you get an opportunity to play different guys at different places, see where they're going to excel at, and you know, not a true center on the floor per se either. You know, a lot of these guys are so young, and when you're in this position to get extra time and extra minutes for your guys that traditionally aren't going to find a lot of minutes, just don't be surprised to see a lot of fourth quarters where King, Dolman, and Gore aren't getting any time because they've got such a big lead. I mean, this Washington team, I would say, would probably be favored in 90% of their contests that they'll be playing in this year. As Williams, he has the ball, getting guarded there from Shredrick. And Shredrick's an interesting prospect, too. Probably be a 6th or 7th man, maybe 8th man on the bench, but gives him a lot of length and versatility. Another one of those lefties, too, is Marrero, looking to get into double digits, and that is just off the front of the rim. No good. So Marrero, he's at 9 right now. So on the floor, no seniors, as that shot is good Burgess. There from Burgess. So I believe
been
Burgess
kind of quiet tonight, though. You know, Williams the only player in double figures so far for Kings Christian.
No good. Good rebound there from Tajay Harrison. No good, though, as Williams looking to bring the ball down the floor. 68-30 ball game as we're underneath a minute now left to go in this third quarter.
And, yeah, Drew, this is where some of these younger players, you've seen some in the third quarter here. You're going to probably see several more in the fourth quarter. It's where they can get their opportunity to show Coach Miller that, you know, they deserve to be out there. They can help this team win ball games this year. And it just makes the decision, it makes it even tougher for coaches when players that come off the bench, you know, excel and help the team and, you know, play good defense. And that's the thing. I mean, if I was choosing a player to play, I wouldn't necessarily always look at how many points they score, but, you know, how well do they play defense?
Yeah, again, and, you know, you look at Coach Miller, that's a good problem to have. You know, you have 11, 12 guys that are consistently competing. That's what this Washington team is, a team of competitors. As Burgess, that three is up, no good. Rebound there from Marrero. But, you know, you look at the Sav Kogan, you know, you got Braxton Romaine there too as well. Brandon Ashenfelter helps out a lot with their skill development. You know, you have Malik there too. That team, that coaching staff, a bunch of former, you know, Division II players, college-level athletes. You can just tell that the overall skill development from this Washington team in just the 3 years. I mean, 3 years ago, this team won 6 games. And now I think they're going to probably win about 15 to 17 at the very least as Williams lets a three fly just off the front of the rim. Good rebound there from Slade. No good as Marrero with 3 seconds kicks it up to Shredrick. Shredrick's going to let the half-court shot fly, and that is just short. So at the end of the third quarter, a little bit slower scoring, 68-30, 38-point lead from the Washington Patriots. And we're going to take a quick timeout to hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
Here at the barn, we have been making dreams come true since 1972, where we help women feel their most beautiful for any occasion, from pageant, homecoming, and prom gowns to walking down the aisle in the perfect wedding gown alongside their bridesmaid and their family. Stop by to meet your stylist today to find an affordable gown, and we do offer layaway.
Welcome to Cookies and Milk Child Care Center. We have 2 locations conveniently located in Kernersville and Martinsburg. Our mission is to be the leading provider of higher quality care and education services for children ages 6 months to 12 years of age. We provide the highest quality child care available at an affordable cost. For more information, contact us at 304-901-2961.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Home Team Sports TV. Drew Pitzer, J.D. Fritz, 68-30 ball game. Going to the last quarter here of this doubleheader that we covered here tonight, J.D., presented by Home Team Sports TV. And I'll tell you what, been a fun evening of hoops. Really close game between Jefferson and Preston. Jefferson will get this Kings Christian Academy team tomorrow, while Washington will play against Preston, who really competed hard against Jefferson. And I think that'll be a good showcase for both sides to really see where they're at. We'll see how Washington handles Preston and their ability to score and their defensive pressure, and how Kings Christian Academy will bounce back against Jefferson.
Yeah, I think that Jefferson-Kings Christian matchup will be one that'll be a little bit better competition for them. Jefferson likes to get up and down the floor, but if Jefferson doesn't knock down shots, it could turn, it could turn bad for them.
Right.
This Kings Christian team is not a bad team by any means. The score is not indicative of how good they are and how good they're going to be this season. So Jefferson needs to be careful, or they could find themselves on the losing end of that one tomorrow.
Yeah, again, we don't have the official numbers for overall field goal percentage that Washington's had, but I think they have less than 5 turnovers. They have to be shooting at about a 55 to 60% clip, probably about 40% from 3. It's just been extremely impressive offensive performance, but not just only offensively, JD. Defensively, they've forced at least 15 turnovers. They're making Kings Christian extremely uncomfortable. You see Burgess, who's averaging 16 a game, completely bothered. He only has 6 tonight. You also look at Stewart, only has 2 points tonight. Most of their guys outside of Williams just really hasn't provided, as you see as Tajay Harrison converts both of those free throws there. Now Washington up to 70. Now, I said this game would be in the high 60s, low 70s, but depending on how this third unit's playing, because this is really the third unit outside Jaquel Watkins and Marrero out there, they could still put up probably 80 at least, as there's going to be a foul there, and it looks like that's going to be on Marrero. There's 7:01 left to go, and we'll kind of talk about the other EPAC teams too here. You have Hedgesville, who's probably going to start 2 freshmen and a sophomore. Extremely young, lost 7 seniors from last year's team. You have Musselman, who lost Aiden Santa Maria, who goes to defending state champion, the Spring Mills. Again, you have Spring Mills, who only lost 1 game last year, only lost 3 games in the last 2 years. They're going to be right there. Washington's team has returned almost everybody but DJ Boardley. There's just going to be a lot of talent here, especially in the top end with Washington. And, again, good shot there from Williams. And he's got to be pushing close to 20. I think he's at 18. Yep, 18 total points. After this game kind of blew out a little bit, I gave up trying to keep stats as Marrero gets another shot at the rim. That is no good. Good rebound there from number 11, Adam Stewart. Gets it up to Williams. And a little bit loose ball handling right there. Trap gets the ball over to Burgess. Burgess kicks it to Bond. Like to see Bond knock down a 3. See Williams, he's not scared to let that fly.
No, he's a good ball player, yeah.
And now he's up to 20. Definitely lived up to the billing. It reminds me a little bit.
They just need to get a little help over there with Williams. The other guys didn't quite step up tonight that they have is Alex Danner.
There's Danner.
Puts one in.
Yeah, the transfer from Jefferson, really stud. Pitcher in baseball, probably one of the best pitchers in the state. Makes the transfer over from Jefferson to Washington. Really interesting to see how the senior will adjust. He's also another option. He's playing, probably 4 of the other schools getting consistent minutes, but this Washington team, really kind of the low end of the spectrum, is Danner's going to let that one fly, and that is good. So Alex Danner with 5 quick points, and that just shows you how deep this Washington team is, because he's probably 13th or 14th on the bench.
Yeah.
I got the coach's brother, Max, and both those guys don't have any conscience. They're going to let it fly as Williams lets a 40-footer fly, and that is no good.
Danner probably could start for a lot of other EPAC teams.
I know Derek Basile could really use a player like that.
He's got a big look at him. He's got a big body, 6'3", and it's just, he moves well and can shoot the 3 ball.
Yep.
And so,
as you see, Cox going down the floor. Good block there from Stewart. Gets it up to Burgess. It's a 75-40 game with 5 minutes left to go. And JD, we'll kind of go ahead and announce our home team sports player of the game. And I think Josiah King had a really good case. He played extremely well here in the second half in limited time. But I would have to go with Chris Dolman. 19 big points, couple assists, couple steals too. You can just see the overall development from his sophomore year to now. I think that's got to be our home team sports player of the game. Tell me if I'm lying.
No, I like him too. He came out, controlled that offense. Showed a lot of his senior leadership early on in the game. He kind of was the one that sparked this team and got this lead built up the way it was. He played a huge role, made shots, had a bunch of assists, and like I said, he controlled the tempo of the game. When Coach Miller wanted him to push, he pushed. When he wanted to, slow it down a little bit, he did that too. And he does everything just fundamentally well, and that's what you want from a senior, your senior leader.
Absolutely. Again, you have him as a senior, Josiah King Jr., you have Chet Gore, senior, Jaquel Watkins, senior. You have all these guys up leadership and upperclassmen. And Washington hasn't been this, talented since 2014 when they went 25-1 and lost in the semifinals to eventual state champion Huntington. And just to see Washington back, this community really appreciates it. It's going to be really interesting because the last 2 years, Jefferson and Washington has been splitting.
Right.
And if I had to say right now, I would say Washington, they have a sizable lead as we might get a new bucket on the board. Oh, no good. Unfortunately, that was
And he got
Weaver.
the steal, though.
Weaver gets the ball back.
Yeah, Cohen Weaver.
Again, there's Kason Thomas. Kicks it back over to Danner. Danner's three is no good. The heat check. And then we see, again, that's the smallest guy on the floor, Khalil Bond. Gets, I think, his second or third rebound. So a little 5'3" guy still making plays happen. As Burgess likes that corner three. Just no good as Cox will pull out a rebound. So 4 minutes left to go. You still see this pace and space is still everything and more as Weaver kicks it over to Danner. Danner loses control of it. And here comes Slade takes it out, and he gets fouled with just underneath 4 minutes left to go in this contest.
Yeah, we got pretty much all the benches cleared. Everybody getting some clock here in this game. As along with Danner, you got number 14 Kason Thomas, Cohen Weaver in there, AJ Pulse as well.
You look kind of forward at this Washington schedule. They got Preston tomorrow. Then they play against North County, a really, really good team. Tuscarora, another great team out of Maryland. They play at Elkins, Ron Brown. The 6th, January 6th, a huge matchup. That's going to be at Spring Mills, the first EPAC game of the season for Washington. They'll play against University, another team in our conference now, at Hedgesville, at Martinsburg. Then again, first Hedgesville, first Musselman. The big-time game, though, the in-county rivalry on the 27th of January. They will be hosting Jefferson. And I know last year Jefferson came in here and actually beat them for their last contest. So Ryan Miller tells me, we don't have any game circled, but he always remembers that date whenever he plays against one of his best friends and Coach Van Meter.
Let's see Danner go to work. He's calling for the ball down low.
He's
I
gonna let
like
that
that.
one fly.
He's going to sit out there and shoot a three, and he knocks another one down.
Hey, Danner hits another 2 threes. We might have to make a special occurrence to have him up here. He's now up to 8 in just 4 minutes of play.
Yeah, I tell you, get a little grin over there from Coach Miller. He loves to see these guys that knows maybe later on in the season some of these guys might not get the opportunities, so they're getting it now. First game of the season, and it's just they're all having a lot of fun out there.
And a foul there from Kason Thomas. And again, Bond trying to make a little bit of play happen. Still scoreless on the board. But you speak on that. Some of these guys might not get some time. But Danner, he plays like that. He might find a way to sneak into that 9-10 spot and maybe get 5 or 6 minutes a game.
You're right, because next to Gore, he's the next biggest body they have on the team. So Gore gets into some foul trouble as the season moves forward. You're going to have a guy like Danner coming in and getting some valuable minutes.
And again, you look at Spring Mills and their size. They go 6'5", 6'6", and then 6'8". From the 3 to the 5 position, you're going to have to play with more length there if you're going to want to win the rebounding battle and the physicality battle. And Danner might have to be ready to play some. Again, there's going to be times where he might play 5 minutes, might not get any time, might get a DNP, or you're playing against a Spring Mills or a George Washington team that's everybody on that roster is over 6'2". You're going to have to play bigger. But one thing Washington has is they have a lot of length. Most of their team is over about 5'10". And they all play. There's positionless basketball. That's the way Coach Miller wants to play. Is we see a turnover right there, and this is again stuff that Coach Miller sees that he's going to preach on. And whenever you're talented like this, you have to find the little things to work on, because you'll go to school and everybody's going to hype you up. They're going to tell you you're the greatest. But Coach Miller's job now is to humble these guys. Hey, this is just one game in a very long season against a team that's not in your conference, that you will never see again. This game really means nothing to you in the grand scheme of things. Just an opportunity to build, as we're now underneath 2:40 left to go here in this ball game.
Yeah, and I think if you're Coach Miller, you got to like what you've seen so far tonight, not only from your starting 5, but the guys that are going to come in and get you significant minutes throughout the season. And now you're starting to, be able to see what you have even further down on your bench. And just look at this lineup across the board, and you're pretty well loaded from top to bottom.
Right, of course. And good deflection there again from Danner. So Danner, again, I don't believe in garbage time. I think every minute is valuable to every single player who gets that time, and Danner's making the most of his minutes right now. Same thing with Thomas. Thomas has been very active on the defensive end. Another one of those freshmen that are trying to find his way on the floor. And a good block there as Thomas comes up with the rebound. has Danner trailing. Good pass there to Danner. Danner loses possession but finds number 22. That is A.J. Pulse. Kicks it in the corner. No good from Weaver. Good rebound there from number 2, Ricky James. Gets it up. That is Hunt bringing the ball up the floor as we're now approaching 2 minutes. Here goes Danner. He doesn't got the bounce to dunk it, but he's going to try to take it to the rim, and there's a foul. So we'll see if Danner can get into double figures on his 2 free throws with just over 2 minutes left to go. See if they get to the 80-point mark.
I tell you, Drew, this kid's going to be a hard one to keep out of the lineup.
Right.
Eat out of the rotation. Like you said, an 8, 9, 10 guy possibly as the season continues. I mean, he's just showing, I know it's against, some of the second-team guys, but they've got their first team out there. I mean, this Kings Christian doesn't go very deep, so they still got a couple starters out there as well, along with some bench players. And so for Danner to be putting up the kind of playing time that he has so far tonight is a big plus, not only just for Danner, but for Coach Miller, knowing what else he has with this team.
Yeah, it was really a surprising transfer for me because his brother Max still goes to Jefferson, and the overall season that he had last year on Jefferson's pitching staff as a baseball player, just to see him transfer over here to a cross-county rival in Washington, different circumstances involved that, but he is a talented basketball player. I know this is not his first sport by nature, but I've been around the kid. I've seen him play. Very fundamentally sound, makes the right play, and has no conscience, will let it fly. And now Danner up to double figures in 6 minutes of playing time. So you're right, JD. He's going to have to find some time to get Danner on the floor.
I don't know why he never went out for basketball with Jefferson. Unless he did, I don't know what the situation was.
I don't think he played last year, but he played his sophomore year, I believe. And we have a jump ball right there. That will stay Kings Christian possession. And right now, you see the officials telling the guys kind of chill out a little bit. Everybody's trying to get out of here. It's been a long evening. And again, we want to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in. First basketball action of the season. Drew Pitzer, J.D. Fritz, the dream team on home team. Still adjusting to get out of the football mindset, which we had a really great season. Morgantown ended up winning the state championship off a really big performance from Maddox Twig, who we got to have on our podcast a couple times, J.D. But now it's hoop season. We're no longer in the cold. We're in the heat-controlled gym.
Yeah, nice and warm and toasty.
As we have 90 seconds left to go, and officials really didn't want to call that jump ball. They were trying to let them just see if they could fight free. Well, now it's going to be a foul. And again, ladies, I've said this multiple times during the cast, especially in the first one. In West Virginia now, there's no 17, the single bonus rule, or 10 for double bonus. As soon as you get to 5, you go into double bonus. You get 2 free throw opportunities, so there's no 1-and-1s. A lot of people still say that should be a 1-and-1. Like, no, as soon as it gets to 5, it's double bonus. Doesn't matter if you have 15 team fouls or 5. It's going to be 2 free throws at the line. We hear the student section chanting for the last guy that has not getting the game, and we won't say the name, but I love how the student section is trying to get everybody on the floor, as the second free throw is no good. But I thought Washington's played every single player on that roster. Maybe I'm missing somebody.
I thought they had.
As Danner takes another shot, that is no good. And now we're underneath 1:20 left to go.
I'm looking over there. I don't see anybody in
uniform.
I was saying,
everybody that's in uniform has played. As you're going to see Hunt get the 3 up. That's no good. Rebounded there from Stewart. That's no good. And then gets it back. That is finished off. So Stewart makes it 80-42. We have 1 minute left to go. Uno momento, por favor. Gets it over to Thomas. Thomas is going to take it to the rim. And now we'll see if Coach Miller, if he gets the ball back here. Still calling fouls. Going to be 2 free throws right here with 46 seconds left. And we'll see if Ryan Miller takes another shot. I highly doubt it, but the way his team's playing with the pace and space, 80 points. I mean, they could have easily scored 100 tonight, JD. I mean, they had a couple misses at the rim, couple lousy turnovers that kind of got sluggish there to start off the third quarter. But this team has the century mark written all over them consistently. If they can actually really find who because they know their identity. Jefferson does not know who they are right now. Washington knows we're going to get out, we're going to run, we're going to score a lot of points. They might give up a lot of points too, but they're going to force a lot of steals and think that their offense is going to win them a lot of games. And we'll see what happens.
Score 80, they're definitely going to average, I think, in 80 points, close to it this year. And if they can score 80 and their opponents only score 60 or 65, I think Coach Miller will take that all day long.
Yeah, I mean, it's basketball's a little bit different in terms of looking the way your defense, and that's why you got to look at advanced analytics. As Danner gets another steal, and we'll see if he can make a play. Again, now he is up to 12 points. So Alex Danner in 1 quarter of play, in just underneath 8 minutes, 12 points, couple rebounds. So we want to say shout out to Alex Danner. In just 1 quarter, made a little run at the Home Team Sports Player of the Game, but nonetheless, that's still going to be Chris Dolman as we're now at 10 seconds left to go. No fouls or anything, and we see number 10, Russell Slade, getting on the board, but that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. We have a final of 82-46. The Washington Patriots win their season opener by a final score again, 82-46. We're going to get Chris Dolman up here in a second to do the Home Team Sports Player of the Game. That will be with J.D. Fritz. You guys won't miss it. Make sure you tune in. Also, we'll be releasing our basketball schedule here within the coming days, so make sure you guys stay tuned in. But again, Drew Pitzer, J.D. Fritz. We'll have Dolman up here momentarily. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you like, love, subscribe to all of our pages, and stay in tune for anything updates revolving high school basketball here in the EPAC. I believe Dolman's coming up right now.
And welcome back to Home Team Sports TV, guys. J.D. Fritz, joined by the Home Team Sports Player of the Game, Chris Dolman. Chris, heck of a game tonight, poured in 19 points for your team. Really good game. How'd you feel out there then?
I felt great. Start of the senior year. A lot of energy going in the game. There was a lot of good energy just from the locker room from the get-go. Even coming out at halftime. Like last year, we usually come out dead, but this year we came out with a lot more energy.
Yeah, Coach Miller talked at Media Day just about the kind of team and what your identity was going to be. Really get up and down. You guys were scoring a lot of points. You definitely did that. Took your foot off the gas a little bit early, but talk a little bit about what Coach Miller talked to you about the game going into the game, and then maybe what adjustments or things he spoke to you guys about at halftime.
We should all have energy because me, Chet, Chandler, and a few other guys, we have 5 seniors on the court. So this is our last first home game. So we should have a lot of energy coming in. And then at halftime, he said just don't let it die down. Just keep pushing and just keep going.
So talk about, obviously, as a team, you guys want to get to that point where you're playing for a state championship, but talk about what, kind of some of your goals are coming into your senior year for Chris Dolman.
Getting some records on the board for sure. Mm-hmm. Not losing as many games as we did last year. And then go to college, get an offer somewhere that I would like.
You thinking you got a school in mind you like to go to yet?
I have 4 right now.
Do you? Okay,
yep.
Well, we won't reveal those. We won't make you real.
Yep.
But, yeah, you guys scored 82 points. It's nice to get some of these guys coming off the bench to get a little extra work in. I think Coach Miller pleasantly surprised by a couple guys' performance, especially a guy like Alex Danner. Talk about him a little bit. Hey, he might have to – he's vying for some more minutes now. You guys might need another bigger body a little bit later in the season.
He said he hasn't played basketball since the 7th grade, so I was surprised to see him come out and do this. He's been looking good at practice, though. Brings a lot of energy to the team, and
Yeah, anytime you can find other guys that can come off the bench and contribute, it's a plus. But once again, guys, our Home Team Sports Player of the Game, Chris Dolman. Chris, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations on getting your all's first team win, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Guys, that's going to do it here from Washington High School at this Washington tip-off. To start off the season, we watched Jefferson come away with the victory in the first game of the night. Washington closes the night out with an 82-46 win over Kings Christian. And we'll be back next week with more EPAC action. Stay tuned to Home Team Sports and